Playoffs. That's right. Yes, we are talking about playoffs. It's conference tournament time, and South Carolina hockey is ready to go against its SEC-HC foes over the next 3 days, playing for the Army Strong Championship Cup. And it all starts today with a game against an evenly matched opponent and a little history between these two here from just outside the Music City. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Fordyce Center in Antioch, Tennessee for today's quarterfinal matchup featuring the 4th-seeded Florida Gators and your 5th-seeded South Carolina Gamecocks. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Brett Williams alongside Robert McCachren. Thank you for being with us here on the Capital City Sports Network. We are live in Smashville, as they call it. This is the training facility of the NHL's Nashville Predators, and what a facility it is, Robert.
Yeah, great facility. This is a great day for hockey, and there's no better place to be, this SEC tournament to be hosted here at the Fordyce Center.
And just like that, we're going to take it to the ice because we're going to go puck drop right now, Florida and South Carolina here on CCSN. And just like that, we are underway and rolling as Florida wins the opening draw, rotating it around, and here we go. We'll get you the storylines in this one, folks, as we go along. And a quick hit early as a Gamecock loses his helmet. That was John Gibson. There's that physicality right off the bat, my friend.
Yeah, bro, we talked about last game. There's so many penalties. Combined 28 penalties for both teams. Both these teams are going to have to be disciplined. And the coach for the Florida Gators said that they need to focus on defense, make sure they stay disciplined, make sure they didn't take stupid penalties at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah, we saw 14 penalties each of the two games over the last time these two teams met up in November. 8 for Florida, 6 for South Carolina in both matchups. Both of those were one-goal games. The Gamecocks won Friday night 3-2. Florida won the Sunday game 7-6. So see what kind of game we have here today. Gamecocks coming out in the white. They are the road team officially today, as they have the lower seed, the 5 to Florida's number 4. Florida now moving it forward, sliding it across the goal mouth. Gray Marquez is back in net for the Gamecocks, pokes that one away. South Carolina moving it back out. Now heading across into the neutral zone, laying it forward is Alec Martone going down to the corner. Picked up by Florida. This is Matthew Davis now bringing it back out. And sends it to Matt Jugan, who then comes forward to Daniel Clifford, one of the stars of this team. He's laid out quickly by Nick Nardslicko. And the Gamecocks with it now coming back out. Crossing the blue line up, it's Jacob Tengy, sends it forward. Mike Borst, pass bounces around, now goes to Eric Patterson. He comes in forward. And another, this time gloves going down. That one's Patterson's left glove. He gets it, puts it right back on. Up to the blue line, now they bounce down. Nardslicko, check that Ropke, now sends it back up. Florida. That's Zane Katz, one of the stars of the Gators squad. Up in top, Eric Patterson fires it. Fred Bourret didn't see it for a second. It bounced off of his left shoulder pad and back down. Florida then will clear the zone. John Gibson hustling down, and icing will be called.
Yeah, Brett, Gamecocks definitely come out aggressive, getting a couple of shots on net, and great play by them right now. Florida not too stunned. They're definitely just playing a little lackadaisical. Just got to get there and get some good plays, put some in the net.
Yeah, one of the seniors, Eric Patterson, one of the leaders of this team for really his entire Gamecock career, already just coming out there, getting a shot on goal, doing what he needs to do to help the team in one of his last few games as a Gamecock. Puck is a fight in the neutral zone, won eventually by Florida. Brendan Nicholson sends it down. John Gibson going after it, pursued hard by Anthony Bourret. And he's brothers with the goalie, Fred Bourret, one of the stalwarts for the Gators. I'll get you his stats in just a moment. But battle in the neutral zone, eventually won, no, not quite won by South Carolina, taken eventually by Florida, and poke check along. Here come the Gators going forward 3-on-1. Zane Katz shoots, and it goes well wide of the cage. Good look now, then the Gators send it right back in, but no, goes back up, they keep it in. Dylan Gatz with it. They are not brothers, that is Katz and Gatz, Zane Katz and Dylan Gatz. Mentioned Fred Bourret. 8-3 on the season, 8-3-2. Check that if you count the overtime losses. In 13 games played, he has had 2 shutouts, 3.2 goals against average this season. Split time with Mark Finkelstein, but Bourret has largely been the goalie of choice for the Gators this season. Florida takes it, rotating in its neutral zone, in its own defensive zone. Sends it up. Referee had to jump over the puck that time, and icing called once again.
Yeah, Brett, the last time the Gators played, there were several odd man opportunities. You almost saw that again right down here with a quick 2-on-1. Gamecocks, we definitely said against UNC Wilmington, we believe that they definitely, per se, played much more disciplined, better hockey, and make sure they didn't get caught in those odd man rushes, so they had to make sure they do that against this top line for the Gators.
Face-off won by South Carolina, sent back up to the line. Kyle Ware laid it on down Nard Slicko. He dumps it in. Brian Soar going after it. He's slammed into the boards hard by Garrett Quillen. Now South Carolina sent it on out. Aaron Beaver going after it. Beaver tried to get it in front. Topolsky spin around the Gamecock score. Brett Topolsky to the other side of the cage, and Brian Soar was cherry picking. He puts it home, and South Carolina scores the first goal of the SECHC tournament.
Well, we talked about it, Brett. The team, Gamecocks have to get the pucks on the net, and good things happen. They just fired it up there. Great pass and great shot, and Gamecocks now have an early 1-0 lead.
Good job by Brett Topolsky, seeing the ice the way he did, spinning around almost like a backhanded pass, and Soar waiting on the other side of the post to tap it on in. Time of that goal, 3:13, and it's 1-0 Gamecocks. Good start for the boys here in Nashville.
Yeah, Brett. Usually the Gamecocks get out to a slow start, but it's crucial for them to get out to a good start. This 1-0 lead is huge for them.
Puck sliding all the way across the neutral zone. Here comes Florida moving forward. Picked up by Daniel Clifford. Clifford spinning it around, now going up top. Now slide it down toward the corner. And picked up by Florida, Matt Zornick. Now sent up toward the top, Nard Slicko. Now toward Ware, not quite. Up in top. And the Gamecocks will block that shot in front and clear it. Sitting on down toward the baseline. And icing will be called this way, so a couple of early icing. I think one of the things we're going to have to watch for in this one is penalties. We mentioned how much of the impact that played in the Florida series before. It also really has defined the Gamecocks all season. They're going to have to be able to stay disciplined for this one.
Yeah, when we saw against the Seahawks of UNC Wilmington, the Gamecocks were definitely disciplined, weren't frantic out there, playing great special teams out there, just stymieing the Seahawks attack and just not let them get any shots on net. So that'll be huge for the Gamecocks and power plays and just some regular 5-on-5.
Penalty kill was quite solid for the Gamecocks in that series. Always putting some shots up on the power play. They'll need to continue to do that on Bourré. Is a quick wraparound opportunity for Florida. Is stoned by Marquise and sent out the other way. But the Gamecocks can't. They do clear it into the neutral zone, but not any further than that. Florida will clear the zone, then dump on down. Chasing after it, Matt Jugan, but he'll retreat. And South Carolina will bring it forward with a 1-goal advantage. Up toward their own blue line. Now stolen back. Here goes Florida the other way. Ryan Geffen. Geffen tried to get it to Katz, couldn't get there. South Carolina coming on out. Going 3-on-2 now the other way. Eric Patterson sending it forward. It's spun around off of Dylan Gatz. He comes up the other way. Now stolen back at the blue line, Zach Ropke. Laid it on, nice back pass. Mike Borst makes one man miss. Borst charging in, tried to get to the near post, didn't get the shot off. Now spins back around. Florida will take it and bring it out the other way, but only 2-on-2. Pass forward to Katz was no good by Clifford. Julian DePaulo will go and corral it easily for South Carolina. Now bring it on out. Puck bouncing around across the blue line. Here they go towards center. Pass to Rope. He didn't quite go to his stick, went just beyond it. Eric Patterson now pursuing hard down toward the boards, fighting Quillen for the puck. Another big check there. Florida lays it on, takes the puck, sends it back out the other way. South Carolina going to win it right back. Julian DePaulo plays it back for John Gibson. Here comes South Carolina, hard hit all the way up the neutral zone. They go down, and a whistle. See what the call here is.
I believe just a couple players tried to switch. The referees were able to notice that and told them to get back on the ice because of the icing call.
There you go, no harm, no foul. Just a face-off coming to the left side of Gray Marquise. Florida will try to make it harm for the Gamecocks if they can cash in off the face-off. Winning at the point, they've got Ryan Geffen and Daniel Clifford. Check that, Garrett Quillen. Face-off is won by South Carolina. However, they go the other way. Might have a one-man break. Jacob Tanguy going forward. Tanguy with a quick he didn't get the shot away off of Bourré. Fanned on the shot. He'll rotate it, keep it in. Puck bouncing off a couple of players. Tanguy had a really good look there, but just didn't get the shot away. Florida going to go 2-on-1, jamming on the boards here. Puck still being fought for at the boards. It's cleared and taken by South Carolina. Jacob Tanguy tried to feed Martone in the front. Martone backhanded pass right in front of the net mouth, and it just skipped wide. Great shot from Martone trying to set up another Gamecock right in front of the net. Back towards center. Florida takes it, dumps in, and clears. How about these backhand passes for South Carolina?
Hey, man, you got to be fancy every once in a while, Brett.
It worked the first time, almost worked the second time. Now Carnage in front of the net. Florida trying to get under it, shoots, and it goes wide up into the boards, rattles all the way around, and that's going to scoot back down. That was last touched by Florida, so no icing called. Now scooting on around back toward the neutral zone. South Carolina going to win it back here. Now try to go 2-on-2. Coming forward, Ian Schneider, quick shot. Bourré can't swallow it, but it's picked up by Florida. Gamecocks will get another stick back on it, however. Billy Curriger now lays it on, and it's stolen back away, but sent back to center. Gamecocks will dump it in off the high glass. That didn't quite make the net, so play continues. 13:25 to go here in period number 1. 1-0 South Carolina on the goal from Brian Soar at 3:13. South Carolina hard hit now into the boards there. That hit leveled by Andrew Kelly. But the Gamecocks take the puck. Now scooting forward, quick through pass. Good look in front, but didn't quite get to James Hatton. Pass was just out a little bit too far. Florida gets it up near the crease. Gotta love South Carolina putting on that offensive pressure early in this game. They've generally controlled possession so far.
Yeah, Brett, they're doing exactly what we saw Florida do in the last couple games when they played the Gamecocks. Just out there hustling, get some breakaway opportunities, and unfortunate for the Gamecocks, Tanguy swung and whiffed on the shot on Florida goal.
Yeah, Gamecocks could have made this 2 or even 3-0 with that other shot. Martone didn't have anybody in front when he made that back pass. Now coming forward quickly, Daniel Clifford right to the net mouth. He was looking for another Gator nobody was home. Sends it back up top. Florida cannot keep it in. They'll have to clear the zone. And Garrett Quillen will take it. He'll rotate all the way back into his defensive zone. And now sent forward, Daniel Clifford. Clifford going across off the stick of Matt Jugan. And Marquise, they're going to call an early puck freeze. I think the Gamecocks got away with that there.
They definitely did. Marquise didn't have control over it all. Just kind of slid it out. I don't know if he's trying to make a pass or just misses it, but good break for the Gamecocks.
You got to wonder, we see all the time, we were talking in the last couple broadcasts about the unwritten rule of not touching goalies. You don't want to see anybody touch a goalie in this series, given what we saw at the Plex the last time these two teams met up.
Yeah, most definitely, Brett. Goalie's a sacred player on the team for most hockey teams.
And Marquise just saved the Gamecocks again there. Florida had a couple of good poke check opportunities in front. They did not go. Now the Gators hit the deck. Gamecocks going to break out the other way. Brett Topolsky going forward. He's got Soar. Topolsky shoots. Bourre sends it wide to the right. Good save by the Gators goaltender. Fighting for it on the boards. Brett Topolsky going after it. It's taken by Florida. Now they send it on forward. Bringing it on out. Zane Katz. Katz sliding it on. Now shoots and it goes high. Try to get backhand. Got a good bit under it. Perhaps a bit too much. Now coming back up to the top. Won by Kevin Massaro. Now at center ice. Dylan Gatz. Went right to a Gamecock instead. Aaron Beaver dumps it down. That went right to a Gator. So Florida going to bring it up. And just retreat. Now sliding it forward, Daniel Clifford. Soft check there from Patterson. Julian DePaulo gloves it down the neutral zone, now comes forward. DePaulo, 2-on-2, looking for Ropke in front. Ropke hits the deck, now sliding across. Good pass toward Borst. Borst didn't get there in time. And is stolen. Now going the other way, Daniel Clifford going one-on-one with Borst. Borst goes down, takes him out. There's going to be a penalty called there. Might there be a penalty shot because of that? Slash called on Mike Borst on the defense. Let's see what they do with this.
And Brett, we said before at the beginning of the game that Gamecocks just have to watch out and make sure they don't allow breakaway opportunities. And right there, Florida had a key major opportunity there to get that in.
That was just a good work all around, stick work wise by Daniel Clifford, just coming forward with it. And it looks like there will not be a penalty shot. There's just going to be a normal power play. It'll be the first one of the game as Mike Borst heads to the box for the first time.
And Brett, I don't think that was a bad penalty by Borst. With Daniel Clifford having 22 goals in the season, he could have gone out on and scored if Borst had not harassed him.
So this face-off is going to come to the right side of Gray Marquise. Florida's got all their heavy hitters out here on the ice right now. Massaro, Katz, Geffen. See who else those guys are.
Yeah, Brett, this is going to be a key power play for the Gamecocks. They definitely need to make sure they're disciplined. Don't get too aggressive, be as aggressive as possible without making sure you don't give up any scoring opportunities for the Gators.
Gators will win this face-off. Back up top, Matt Zornick now sends it on down to Geffen. Ryan Geffen lays it up for Clifford. Back pass, did not have the guy he was looking for. And so Florida will have to clear out of the way. That'll buy the Gamecocks a little bit of time. Puck now coming forward. Zane Katz getting it. Katz sends it on back up top. Dylan Gatz. Now sent for, check that, that was Massaro. Zane Katz with it here. Left side of Marquise, shoots and he scores. Top shelf over the right shoulder of Gray Marquise. And Florida has tied this game up just about the halfway mark of the first period.
Yeah, but I believe a little unlucky for the Gamecocks. I believe it went off the leg of one of the skates of the Gamecocks and deflected into the goal. But great shot for the Gators, though. They just, like we said, get pucks on net and good things will happen.
Time of that goal coming at 9:28. So Soar and Cats respectively for their teams, putting them on the board. Again, this is the first game of the SECHC Tournament 2016. We will get you scores from the other game that's going on right now at the North Rink, which is behind us and across the facility here in Antioch, Georgia and Auburn in that one. And we'll let you know what's going on probably at our first intermission. 10:15 to go here in the first period. Florida back in its defensive zone, now trying to slide it forward here. And we sang the praises of the Gamecocks penalty kill from the UNC Wilmington series, but Florida converts on its first power play opportunity of this game. Really good setup offense there and just had a good shot. Now Buck tries to get forward. Zane Katz going to have a breakaway shot and he scores again. 2-1 Florida. Cats picked the pocket of a Gamecock, went right to the net mouth and beat Gray Marquis 1-on-1.
Yeah, Brett, again, we just talked about this before. Florida just getting those odd man situations, this time 1-on-1 with the goalie, and Cats was able to get the goal, and Gamecock Gators are now up 2-1. This is exactly what the Gamecocks don't need to happen right now in the beginning of this game.
Well, Zane Katz now just like that, up to 42 points on the season. He now has 26 goals. So solid work for Zane Katz. Don't want to leave that guy on an odd man break, especially a one-man break. Gamecocks taking it back at center. Jacob Tengy sliding forward. Tengy all the way down, looking to lay a Gator into the boards there. Instead, Tengy gets the worst end of it. He goes down on the ice, but the Gamecocks come away with the puck. Ian Schneider now. And a penalty is going to be called. I think this one's going to go against Florida. And the Gamecocks will have their first power play of the day.
Yeah, but I don't think you want to leave Katz on the ice just 1-on-5, the way he's been skating around and making moves out there. But this is a huge opportunity for the Gamecocks being on the power play. Chance for them to get this game back level and tie it up 2-1. Or 2-2. Sorry about that.
Not a problem. See what the Gamecocks have for their personnel. Brett Topolsky and Alec Bartone, Julian DePaulo, Eric Patterson, James Hatton. Some heavy hitters out there for South Carolina. And the face-off is eventually won by Florida. Sent up to the blue line. South Carolina tried to keep it in and could not. And a whistle is blown. Gamecocks not sure what happened there. 9:19 to go here in the first period. Scoreboard says 1-1, but it is 2-1 Florida.
And Brett, I'm looking at the stat sheet. Does it look like the Gamecocks on the power play have all 5 forwards out there on the ice and no defensemen right now?
Well, let's just hope in that case that the shorthanded opportunities do not come for Florida on this power play. Already saw what it was essentially the equivalent of a shorthanded goal, stealing in the neutral zone, coming forward. That was even strength, but Zane Katz made the Gamecocks pay for a little neutral zone mishandling.
You know, bro, we saw in the UNC Wilmington game, they tried to line up with 4 forwards, maybe even 5, and they got some goals out of that one, so this could be a great idea from the coach here.
In the box right now for Florida officially with that. Kurt Weber. Sliding it on down, James Hatton now, back up top toward the blue line. 1:08 to go in this Gamecock power play. At the point, Eric Patterson winds and shoots. It was blocked off the skate of, I believe, James Hatton. Ended up blocking his own teammate's shot. Hatton's going to win the puck back, make a nice move to beat 2 Gators. Hatton drifts in, looking up top, shoots wide, and almost hit the crossbar. Now back up top, Billy Kuriger. Sliding across Patterson. At the top, now goes around to Kuriger once again. This is to the right side of Bourret. Slams it down, have a whistle up in front, and a Gamecock down on the ice, Julian DePaulo. And it looked like Kevin Massaro was giving him a little bit more than perhaps he wanted. What are we going to see here?
Maybe a penalty, I believe. Are they escorting him to the box?
I think they are. And it looks like Massaro's going to have a seat in the penalty box as well. And with that, or did he? No, Julian DePaulo ends up in the box for South Carolina. Did not see the front end of that move. Evidently Massaro was giving DePaulo back whatever DePaulo gave him, and DePaulo will serve the minor for South Carolina, so that ends the Gamecocks power play. And it will be 43 seconds of 4-on-4 play, and then another minute 17 after that of a Florida power play.
Yeah, Brett, this is not what the Gamecocks need right now with skaters with the likes of Katz, Clifford, and Geffen that could be coming on the ice. anytime the Gamecocks have less than 5 men on the ice, could be spell trouble for them.
South Carolina will win the face-off. Now come forward again. We're 4-on-4 here for 40 seconds. Kyle Ware bringing it ahead, makes one man miss. Ware drifting in hard on Bourret and shot wide. Ian Schneider goes after it. Picked up by Florida. Garrett Quillen coming forward, slides it on along. He was going for Tony Bourret. Gamecocks will take it instead. Come on back. Now sliding it across. It's picked up by Ian Schneider across the blue line. Schneider shoots it. I don't think that was necessarily intended as a shot. That was a pass going around the boards looking for Tengy. Instead, it bounces off a couple of sticks and gets to the Gators. And with that, Weber's penalty will expire. Florida now 5-on-4 for the next minute 16. Gamecocks penalty kill will now have to get going. They are 0 for 1 on that today as Florida cashed in on its first power play opportunity on a shot from Katz. 1 minute left now in the Florida 5-on-4. Send it on along. This is Geffen. Geffen drifting forward, goes right to the net mouth, pucked around, and they score. Geffen through the wickets of Gray Marquise, and Florida builds its lead to 3-1.
Yeah, but I don't even think Marquise saw it. He just kind of put a soft shot up there, and Marquise couldn't find it and drifts into the goal. But Brett, this is what we're talking about. The Gamecocks, they're doing a pretty good job on the power plays, but Florida's getting some lucky bounces to go their way, and now they're up 3-1. But this isn't the first time, bro. We saw last game they were down 6-2. And the final score of that game was 7-6. The Gamecocks are definitely capable of coming back, because most of their games in the season they've been down at the very beginning of games.
That's a very good point, Robert. Saw them down early against UNC Wilmington. Seahawks had been on a long losing streak, whereas Florida on a winning streak. A lot of momentum. They had 2 big wins last weekend at number 4 South Florida. But nonetheless, UNC Wilmington still a very good team, and South Carolina found a way to claw back in that first game and then win the second one as well. So they have the possibility to come back. They're going to have to prevent some breaks like this. Florida coming forward, shot went across. It was almost picked up by Matt Jugan. Really good look for the Gators. Now they're sliding it along. Gamecocks will pick it back up and send it towards center, taken by Florida. And Marquise will glove that for a second, now drop it on back, and it's picked up and sent along forward by Grayson Curry. Curry brings it on along, now popping forward. Here comes South Carolina. Lays it on, now down the boards. Picked up, now shot in front. Couldn't get to Nick Pizzo. Pass was coming from Dave Cochran. Up towards center, Zane Katz takes it, slides out the other way. Now shoots it well into the corner. Julian DePaulo going after it. DePaulo plays it up down the boards, now picked up by Florida, sent back the other way. A floater goes right to Marquise. He drops it at his feet and gives it on to Cochran. Down off the glass. Florida back in around its goal line, now bringing it up forward. 5:40 to go here in the first period. Pass does get through for the Florida. Now Brendan Nicholson coming forward, passes it on Katz, and they scored. Zane Katz, a first period hat trick. It's 4-1 Gators, and the Gamecocks really running into some trouble here early in Nashville.
And Brett, all these goals, besides one, those dink that the Florida got, just was odd man rushes for the Gators, and Gamecocks just playing lackadaisical. Just the only thing they were doing is little lackadaisical passes, little pops there, and Gators are just pretty much handling the puck this whole game and is dominating right now.
Yeah, that wasn't the way what we saw for about the first 5 minutes of this game. South Carolina with a goal, really dominating offensively, and then all of a sudden the Gators unleash an offensive juggernaut here and have put up 4 goals, 3 off the stick of Zane Katz. They're a leading goal scorer and leading point scorer all season long, so no surprise there. I think the Gamecocks a little bit stunned here, going down 3 goals the way they have, and Florida not going to let up the gas anytime soon. John Gibson tries to get it for South Carolina. Battling for it right now with Matt Girello. Gamecocks with it. Drifting it on around, playing it up towards center. Now dumped around, here comes Mike Borst. Borst coming forward, lays it up, Eric Patterson, now down to Borst again. Borst comes up, now toward the glass, Kyle Ware, sliding it on down. Now picked up by Florida behind the blue line, now coming on out. This is Girello, now sends it forward. South Carolina going after it, Nick Nard-Slicko. Good move there. Dodges his way around Andrew Kelly, now sends it towards center. Florida loses it. Now sliding it along the way. Picked up at the blue line. South Carolina trying to win it back. Topolsky pops it along for Beaver. Topolsky will win it. Right side of Fred Bourret. Florida loses the puck in the defensive zone. Topolsky, and I think there's going to be a penalty called. Topolsky was calling for it.
Yeah, Brett, a Florida's player just got his stick up in his face and stayed there, and ref called the penalty. But this is what the Gamecocks need right now is a power play. Try to get some momentum back on their side, just handle the puck a little bit, and hopefully get a goal, make it a 2-goal game again.
And Matt Jugan will serve that penalty for Florida. So South Carolina's second power play. The first one only went about 40 seconds before Julian DePaulo called for a penalty that nullified that. Florida immediately scored on the ensuing power play that they got when the 4-on-4 expired. 4:17 to go in period number one. It is 4-1 Florida in this opening game, quarterfinals of the SECHC tournament here at the Ford Ice Center just outside of Nashville.
And Brett, if you look at the Gamecocks' new power play lineup, I think they're a little wary of the scoring ability from Florida, and they put out a couple more defensemen now to make sure they can stop those shorthanded opportunities and not get caught in those.
We'll see what they can do with it. Kyle Ware up there working offense to defense. He gets it on the right side, winds it, shoots a hard shot. Fred Bourret going to take it right in his gut and hold.
Yeah, Brett, good stop by Boro. We said at the very beginning of the game his stats, and he's a very solid goaltender, and Gamecocks have to work hard getting pucks past him.
They got the one early, and a good shot off a pretty nifty pass from Topolsky to Brian Soar to put the first one home. Minute 26 left to go in the Gamecocks power play. Jacob Tengy will take the face off to the left side of Bourret. This will be a big time for South Carolina to show they're not going to let Florida run away with this. DePaulo running the point. Slides it over to the left side, Eric Patterson. Patterson back up top to DePaulo. Drifts down, quick shot from DePaulo. Skipped wide, bounced off a Florida Gator in front. But Florida gets the snap bounce to go its way. 1:09 to go here in the power play. 3.5 minutes to go here in period one. Bounced off the skate of Tony Bourret. Now South Carolina coming forward. Tengy plays it in. Forecheck begins. Going after it. This is Alec Martone. DePaulo. Here's Martone. Pursued, and Martone lost his stick and goes down to the ice. Gamecocks will keep it in. Eric Patterson lays it on down the boards. Now sent along. Picked up by Schneider. Coming on out. Now across the line, just Julian DePaulo. DePaulo up top, Eric Patterson. Now sends on down. Schneider comes forward. Quick shot off of Bourret's stick, and the Gamecocks score. Jacob Tengy got his stick on it and played it behind, and a quick shot there. Now a little bit of extracurricular activity. We could have guessed this was going to happen eventually. But regardless, the Gamecocks do cash in on the power play. Jacob Tengy scores, and the lead is now 4-2 Florida.
Yeah, huge goal by the Gamecocks, Brett. This was definitely what they needed now. They're only down 2 goals. Just build some momentum now. Hope they can play off this, but great passing. He's got the puck to the net and rebound opportunity for the Gamecocks, and they slotted it home for a goal.
Time of that goal, 17:07. South Carolina definitely needed that to show they had some fight going after Florida put up 4 unanswered goals in a span of about 5 minutes.
Yeah, Brett, they definitely got some fight in them. And DePaulo, after that goal, pointed to the bench. I believe he was bickering at them as well after that goal. So this intensity is definitely going to start picking up, Brett.
Yeah, it looks like we had coincidental minors here. 2 guys immediately to the box following the goal. And we're having a little bit of conversation with the refs. We'll figure that one out in just a bit. And of course, we sort of alluded to fighting. We saw a little bit of a scene there at the end of the Friday night game back at the Plex in November. And Sunday's game quite clean, so good to see the guys kind of come back from that and just play a very solid offensive effort. And Florida won that one, as you mentioned, Robert, after the Gamecocks had a nice comeback. But the Gators pulled that one out 7-6. Gamecocks coming into today's game on a 2-game winning streak after that 6-game losing streak that started with that 7-6 loss to Florida, but then beat UNC Wilmington twice last week. Florida's had not only those wins against USF, but right before that a 15-1 win. So the Gators definitely as good, if not better, than a 4 seed in this tournament for sure.
Yeah, Brett, we both know that both these teams are capable of scoring goals. It's not a matter of, I don't think it's a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And we know the Gamecocks have been down before and come right back, and the Gators are certainly known for their scoring offense. I think, like the coach said for Florida, they need to bear down on defense, and both these teams right now just play defensive-minded games and, defense lead offense, and that's what both teams need to focus on right now.
Goalies will just have to be very careful here. Ray Marquez, we'll see if he was a bit rattled by what happened before. Gotta like the confidence to build when somebody scores it back. We'll see what Fred Bourret will have the lockdown. Both of these guys, Bourret and Marquez, phenomenal all season for both of these teams. Marquez coming up on the end of his Gamecocks career, which has only been 1 year, but it's been a good one. As I said, he came out of retirement to play this season in his senior year at University of South Carolina.
Brett, that was probably a great idea by him, the way he's been playing this year.
It was. I agree with that. Gamecocks fans all around, I guarantee you, would say the same. Picked up here by Kyle Ware, trying to wrap. He's got Patterson waiting at, DePaulo waiting at the top alongside John McLeod. Now they go up top. Kyle Ware, left side. We are playing 4-on-4 hockey after those coincidental minors were in fact assessed. Now they go for the next minute and a half. There's only 2:20 to go here in the first period. Wrapping it around the goal line. Now South Carolina back up top. DePaulo. DePaulo hesitates, slides to the left to Brett Topolsky. Quick shot, bounced off of a Gator skate off the boards. Now sent towards center. South Carolina chasing it down, getting after it. It's picked up by the Gamecocks and Nick Nard-Slicko. And Zane Katz once again picking pockets in the neutral zone, but instead Eric Patterson gives him a taste of his own medicine, then loses it. Patterson leveled right up in front by Weber. Here come the Gators going on out. Clifford with a quick shot. Katz, Marquez sliding across the crease to make a key save. And now the puck breaks away, going back towards center. Gamecocks might have an odd man rush. Here comes Ian Schneider. Schneider hesitates, goes high off of Bourret, and well wide of the net. And the Gators might have a counter. Zane Katz coming forward. Schneider trying to put the pressure on from behind. Katz will eventually lay it on. It's picked up by Jugan. Jugan drifts in. Now lays it behind. Katz going after it. Gators puck hawking right now. I don't know if that's a term. I just invented it if it wasn't. Gators going to send it on back down the goal line. A little bit tangled up. Big shots here going at the blue line. Referees coming in to split. Eric Patterson is down. Eric Patterson is down, and we will have a whistle and a stoppage of play. He was getting a little bit tangled up with Dylan Gatz. And Victor Smith, one of the staff members for this team, coming on over quickly to check on Eric. Certainly wish him well there. Steve Maggs also on the ice, team director for the Gamecocks, and the Florida trainer, Florida athletic trainer coming on over.
Brett, I believe the Gators got a little lucky there. When I was looking down there, it looks like the 23 for the Gators definitely kicked him with his skate right in the face mask and the neck area.
Ooh. Minute 11 to go here in the first period. And I think we're going to step aside here from the Ford Ice Center for just a moment. We'll get a quick break in here, and we'll be right back for more South Carolina Gamecock hockey next on the Capital City Sports Network.
Starts now.
And we have a special guest today, TJ Miller.
Thanks for having me, man.
Scene 2, take 1. Scene 3, shot 9.
Scene 1, shot 1, take 2.
Very violent game so far. Exactly what we expected from these two teams. There's been a lot of violence, a lot of fighting back and forth, a lot of penalties so far. Just now, Eric Patterson got hit. He was on the ice for a little bit, but he's good. He got off on his own power, and he's standing up in the bench right now. There was no penalty. The refs discussed it for a very long time, but no penalty came out of that. So don't really know what happened there, but Eric Patterson seems to be doing well. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Claudia. That is Claudia Chikamian, our sideline reporter, and glad to hear from her for the first time today. So glad to see Eric Patterson doing well, and no extra penalty there. So referees thankfully have sorted that out, and thankfully Patterson seems to be doing well, and we're back underway with less than a minute to go here in the first period. And with that, the coincidental minors that happened well even before that are over. So 50 seconds of 5-on-5 hockey coming up, barring another penalty, which is potentially going to happen. You never know in this kind of game, but you got to imagine both teams want to end up clean for the next 40 seconds. Gamecocks now with it behind Marquis is Kyle Ware going after it. One South, Florida tried to get it right behind, tried to wrap back around. South Carolina taking it, now sliding it up toward the blue line, now going back across into the offensive zone. 22 seconds to go here in the first period. Florida with it, now trying to come forward, potentially one last attack here late in the first. Gamecocks take the pucks, now slide it on back. Weber now up to Zane Katz. Off the skate of Kyle Ware, 9 seconds to go in the period. Florida trying a lot of bit of clever passing going forward, and they won't be able to do much with it. Neutral zone battle, and with that we come to the end of one. And a crazy first period in a lot of different ways. South Carolina going down 4-1, then getting a goal a little bit later from Jacob Tengy, and it is Gators 4 and Gamecocks 2 as we go to the first intermission here at the Ford Ice Center. When we come back, we'll have your first period intermission report, break down how we got to this point and where we think we might go from here. All that and a whole lot more as we continue SECHC tournament hockey here on the Capital City Sports Network.
Do you feel it? Do you feel it in the air? Do you feel it? Do you feel it? I can feel it in the
Trust me, something in the air just above me. Something like a dream state, you call it a clean break. Do you feel the vibes, baby? Do you feel the vibes?
This is Coffee on the Horseshoe.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Gamecocks at the Movies.
Hi, this is Gossip on Talk the Town.
Round 4, Hammered with Questions, Christmas edition.
Hey guys! Welcome to the first segment of Pretty Cocky.
And this is USC Update.
And in honor of Hot Ladies Lane, I wore a turtleneck.
This is my first sip of alcohol.
Who is your favorite person besides SpongeBob? Who's your favorite person in the world?
I think it would be ASAP Ferg.
Whoa!
And this country was founded on Mary Jane. Our founder, George Washington Carver.
Be a little gay. Life's better when you're a little gay.
No.
Alright.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's cold tonight. It's finally getting cold.
I appreciate that.
It's barely Christmas.
It's December 3rd. We're 22 days away from Christmas.
I feel violated.
And you know what Donald Trump won't let me do? Do you know what life he won't let me live?
The vape life.
What the? No! He got on those. Granddaddy, can I please go bowling shoes?
So I turned to my chair, around I looked at my leg, farted. It was like loud. The entire class heard it. Just stand there, hold your ground, no, own that fart.
Welcome back to the broadcast booth, everybody, in the first period intermission report. I'm Brett Williams alongside Robert McCachren. It is Florida 4, South Carolina 2 as we are through the first period of play here in Nashville. Really interesting period, top to bottom. The Gamecocks got off to the early lead on a goal from Brian Sword just about 3 minutes in, and then Florida just opened it up 4 goals in a 5-minute span to take a dominating lead on the Gamecocks, and South Carolina was able to cash in on a late power play, the goal coming by Jacob Tengi. South Carolina desperately needed that just to get back in this one. They were able to hold Florida off for the last 5 minutes, and Robert, defensively for the Gamecocks, running into a little bit of a lull there for 5 minutes, and that ended up costing them 4 different goals. What do you think they're going to need to be doing to turn that around in the second period?
Well, I've noticed in several games that the Gamecocks, they don't play the full 60 minutes. Go on there and play hard for 5-10 minute spans, and just go back down the way they were and then pick back up. And with a team like the Gators, with those 3 top scorers they have, you just can't do that, or you're going to be outbeat. I mean, you saw it on there several odd man opportunities, and the Gators took full opportunities on all of them getting goals. And there's nothing, you can't blame the goalie. There's nothing Marquise can do on a 1-0 or 3-on-2, 2-on-1, just like that.
Yeah, it's the way Zane Katz has just been rushing Marquise and just found the right spots to put it in the net. He has 3 goals, a first period hat trick for Katz, the best scorer on the Gators, and that's what we've been expecting from him, and that's what he's done. South Carolina will have to try to push back on him in the second period. They're also going to have to watch the penalties. So far, 3 penalties in the first period on each side. This game is getting very chippy. We expected that between the Gators and Gamecocks. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon as the stakes of this one-and-done tournament get higher in the next 2 periods.
Oh, yeah. I personally talked with the head coach, and he said they needed to stop taking stupid penalties, and some of those penalties were, like you said, stupid penalties, and both teams just – they can't get caught in those situations because then you're down a man, and then we've seen both teams score on the power play. So it's definitely just both these teams are going to have to keep their mindset. But, yeah, the physicality, we've seen some things, players bickering back and forth, some physical play. And after what we've seen this first period and last time they played, we definitely know it's going to just get even crazier.
Yeah, and Mike Marcinkiewicz, the head coach of Florida, did tell us beforehand that he wanted to play a low-scoring game. Now, Florida beat the Gamecocks in the high-scoring game of that series. It looks like we're in for that high-scoring situation. We'll see if that ends up boding well for South Carolina down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, we know they've been down before. I mean, they were down 6-2 before, like we said at the beginning, and they came back, and we know they can come back. You just got to battle, and it's a marathon, not a sprint. You just got to get in there, 1 goal, 2 goals, and another goal, and all of a sudden you're up. So you just got to keep battling, keep fighting, and you can get back in this game.
The tournament certainly is a marathon. We're hoping to be here on Sunday to complete the marathon with you, but we'll be here as long as the Gamecocks are here, and maybe a couple little more games of action as well. But in the meantime, we'll be back with the second period of action here between Florida and South Carolina in the quarterfinals of the SEC HC tournament on the Capital City Sports Network.
Every time you come around, I'm like, ooh, ooh, baby, ooh, ooh, baby. When I see you break it down, I like you do, baby, you do, baby. Papa told me, boy, don't never let down your guard. But when you touch my hand and talk that talk, I got a knocking in my knees and a wobble in my walk. Wobble, wobble in my, wobble in my, wobble in my, wobble in my. When you touch my hand and talk me talk, I got a knocking in my knees and a wobble in my walk. It's like my head back been drinking out the bottle. I swallow some strong drink, but really just my motto. She lotto, jackpot, grand prize, champion, franchise, born ready. Yeah, she get it right now, on time. Early AM, breakfast after the mayhem. Baby, cause they don't make them like you, I hope that you hate them. Black Costa's a virgin, I keep them twerking, they working. I swipe it perfect, go ahead and purchase. Girl, it's on me, yeah, it's my dime. Damn, if I'm wrong, yeah, it's alright. When you go down, down in my mind, do what you want, that's what I like. Every time you come around, I'm like, ooh, ooh, baby, ooh, ooh, baby. When I see you break it down, I like you do, baby, you do, baby. Papa told me, boy, don't never let down your guard. But when you touch my hand and talk that talk, I got a knocking in my knees and a wobble in my walk. Wobble, wobble in my, wobble in my, wobble in my, wobble in my. When you touch my hand and talk me talk, I got a knocking in my knees and a wobble in my walk. Yeah, wobble, wobble, satisfaction my motto. Show me and lead the way, and baby I'll follow. Promise you ecstasy.
Welcome back to the Fordyce Center, everybody. We are just outside of Nashville, Tennessee, and as you can see on the center of the rink here, this is the Nashville Predators training facility. But downtown Nashville, Bridgestone Arena, home of the Preds, Smashville as they call it, was the host to the NHL All-Star Game last weekend, and what a success it was. You know, we talk about all the time how the All-Star Games in professional sports have been generally starting to go downhill, losing some fan interest, players not necessarily coming with a lot of motivation to play well in those games, but was not the case at all last week for the NHL. You had the guys competing in a 3-on-3 tournament between the four divisions for a $1 million prize. They were all into it. Saw generally a lot of goals in the two semifinal games, but then a 1-0 win for the Pacific Division over the Atlantic Division in the title. Corey Perry of the Anaheim Ducks putting it away. And how about John Scott? What a story that was. Kind of a crazy situation, traded from the Coyotes to the Canadiens. Was he going to get allowed in the game? A fan vote kind of pulled this enforcer out of nowhere, and then he just stole the show. A couple of goals in that semifinal game, skills competition showdown. I mean, he was solid and a great success for the NHL, and great to be here in Nashville just a week after this as the team's coming back out here on the ice. And in fact, a couple of the teams competing in the SECHC tournament actually had a little bit of a role in the All-Star festivities downtown.
Yeah, Brad. Vandy and Georgia got to participate in some of the skill challenges the pros would be, so I'm sure that's a very neat experience for them. And they actually got to play the game in the Predators facility, which must be a great experience, just everything in there. And just, I mean, I feel as a college player, just being able to play in a professional arena, that would just be amazing, just so surreal, and just something you just want to remember for the rest of your life, saying, hey, I played here. And, you know, Vandy did come out winning the game against Georgia 18-11. Just a great opportunity. I'm sure a great overall experience for the players and coaches themselves.
Most definitely. Vanderbilt Hockey is the host team of this tournament, so they've got the Nashville connection down here in Antioch, downtown. Just a great time to play hockey here in this city of Nashville. You don't normally think of it as it being kind of a hockey town, but I think it's safe to say it has definitely turned that way, and we'll see if the Preds will be able to, right now sitting on the bubble of the playoffs in the Western Conference, but still quite a little bit of time left in the NHL season. With that, we're going to go to a quick break and then come back to start the second period here between Florida and South Carolina on the Capital City Sports Network. we are back. Second period underway here between the Gators and Gamecocks. 4-2. Florida with the lead here. Zane Katz, a first period hat trick. And the Gators bounced out to a 4-1 lead, but then the Gamecocks added one back off the stick of Jacob Tengy to make it 4-2. Brett Williams and Robert McCachren here with you. Thanks for being with us. This exciting playoff hockey atmosphere here in Nashville. Gamecocks at the blue line. John Gibson fanned on a shot. Gators going to go the other way. They're going to have a potential 3-on-2 here. Daniel Clifford bringing it forward. Quick shot, well wide of the net. Florida will keep it in. Turned into an essential pass, and that one skipped up high and out of play. With that, we're going to head down to our sideline. Nope, check that. We're going to come back in just a moment for that. But in the meantime, we actually did get a little bit of report from the locker room from Nick Wiskowiak, one of the Gamecocks, not in action today, but he was down there and just saying that coaches were just saying to get the Gamecocks with their heads back on. They can play their fundamentals. They can beat this team. They just kind of settled down after kind of a rough 5 minutes there in the first period that ended up hurting South Carolina going forward.
Yeah, Brett, it's only a 2-goal game, so Gamecocks with 2 periods to go. They definitely have plenty of opportunities to get this game back tied up and even win the game.
South Carolina on the defensive side for most of this early second period. And a couple players going down hard. Ropke hits the deck for South Carolina, as does Brendan Nicholson for Florida. Now off into the near corner, sliding up towards center ice. Stick down by Eric Patterson. Good to see him up and skating all as well after taking that hit in the first period. Goes up to the glove. Now some extracurricular activity right in front of the net mouth. Once again, referees trying to clear it. And now we're going to go down to our sideline reporter, Claudia Chikamian, to report on everything that happened late there in the first period.
Okay. I spoke with assistant coach Ryan Petz right after the first intermission. He said some of their guys didn't play as well as they should have been. They should have been playing better, shooting better, staying out of the box more, and that's what he told them during intermission. He said there's still 40 minutes of game left to play. They're only down by 2. Anything can happen during these next 40 minutes. Just they've been down by 2 before, and just go out there and play like they have been. Back up to you guys.
Thanks, Claudia. And certainly time will tell to see what the Gamecocks are able to do coming back out of this break. I think the next couple of minutes are going to be pretty critical for South Carolina. See if they can pop one in and try to cut into this Florida lead a little bit more. Now over to the near corner. Coming up forward, Daniel Clifford sliding it on along. Picked up Massaro. Now he goes right toward Marquise, who blocked it off with his left shoulder pad. South Carolina fighting for it along the boards. This is Grayson Curry battling a couple of different Gators. Daniel Clifford among them. And Clifford, for a second, comes away with the puck, but not quite. They battle it along. Now sent along the boards going forward. Here's South Carolina. Now sent forward towards center ice. Pass going toward James Hatton. Went too far. Bounced up and icing will be called. .18:03 here to go in the second period.
Yeah, Brett, this first few minutes right here is going to be critical for the Gamecocks. We know that they got an late goal, in the first period, and need to see if they can keep this momentum going and make sure they can keep Florida out, scoring any more goals.
Florida wins this face-off. Florida now actually going right to left on the screen as you see it. And that pass rattled around all the way on the boards and sends it all the way back. Gamecocks will frantically change lines. A lot of players on the ice, but not too many. They were all just kind of bottled up on the bench. Now Julian DePaulo sends it on around Gray Marquise, picked up by his teammate. That was that was Kyle Ware who passed it ahead to Brian Soar. Zane Katz trying to break. Kyle Ware trying to go up there and check him. Katz quick shot, and it goes wide of Marquise. Zane Katz, boy, does he have a lot of speed and a laser shot. Didn't quite go on target that time.
Oh, Brett, he's got 26 goals on the season, including this game, so he's definitely looking to shoot and score often.
Yeah, puck bouncing around. Katz with a good poke check there toward his teammate. 2-on-1 going here the other way for Florida. This is Nicholson. Nicholson coming forward. Good stick block by the Gamecocks. Prevented that pass from getting through to Tony Bourret. Phenomenal defense for South Carolina at a critical time. The kind of the plays that'll help you get back into a game like this. Again, the Gators with a 2-goal advantage here early in period number 2. Kyle Ware going on down. He's pursued from behind by Andrew Kelly in the Florida offensive zone. Gators reverse ice, now send it back toward the near corner. Picked up by the Gamecocks. Battling on the boards closest to us. And now sliding on down to the corner. Nick Nard-Slicko comes around from behind Marquise, lays it on up. Ian Schneider all the way across. Alec Martone now with it. Martone hits the deck. Have not heard a lot from him today. He's been out on the ice. That front line responsible for one of the goals already here, coming off the stick of Tengy. Now Martone tries to lay into a Gator, ended up getting the brunt end of it. Heads down to the ice himself, spin around. Now Martone, and a quick whistle. I believe he was ruled offside. He was trying to get right in front, but I don't think that worked out.
Yeah, the Gamecocks, huge defensive play down there on that 2-on-1 breakaway. We just said you just get your body and your stick on the ground, and you can prevent plays, and that's what the Gamecocks did. And Florida's not able to even get a shot on that opportunity right there.
Well, everybody will take a chance to change lines here. Florida gets a bunch of fresh legs on the ice. Face-off will be in the neutral zone on the Florida offensive side of center ice, and right in front of their bench. Tough battle for the puck at the face-off circle. It squirts all the way back down toward the Gamecocks crease, but no Gators were there to get it. So South Carolina will get it and bring it out. Julian DePaulo tries a nice through pass. Zach Ropke is onside. Can he get the puck? Yes, he can. Leaves it back. Patterson, quick shot. It skipped off of Bourre's left leg. Good work there by the Gamecocks in transition. Mike Borst wins the puck. Now going to the goal line. Good pressure from South Carolina. Can they cash in? Borst up top, and a bad pass there will end up going all the way back down. South Carolina missed that opportunity. Now coming full steam ahead is Matt Jugan. He's going to win the puck for Florida. Gators trying to turn it down to an opportunity for them on their end. But South Carolina comes away with it. Borst worked all the way back down the ice, top to bottom, and won the puck. Now poked away by Clifford, and a whistle coming in the neutral zone.
Really didn't see what happened there, but slashing, I believe, on the
Well, let's see who goes
Gators.
to the box here.
It'll be 69 Kevin Marsaro. No, check that, 26 Ryan Geffen.
That's the first penalty here of the second period. Fourth on Florida for the day. We had some coincidentals, so this is only the third power play of the day for South Carolina. The Gamecocks 1 for 2. Tengy had that power play goal. A good opportunity here for South Carolina. A quarter of the way home in the second period.
This would be huge for the Gamecocks to cash in and get another goal and make this a one-goal game.
And Schneider drifting in. Quick shot. Goes high. Bounces off the boards and goes too far. No Gamecock was able to corral it, so Kyle Ware retreats all the way down. Gamecocks clear the zone, then they'll come forward for the second attempt of the power play. Schneider going in forward quickly. Beats one guy, now trying to wrap. Didn't have a shot, so he pulls it out. Now slides it off the goal line. Controlled there, now up top, Eric Patterson. Patterson winds and shoots, goes right to Bourre. He didn't swallow it. Puck bounces up in front. Kyle Ware didn't get his stick on it. Now has to go to the corner. Now he has it. Ware comes up across the way in Schneider. Settling it down now up to the center. Patterson winds and shoots. That one skipped way over Bourre's head. He didn't see it at all. Kind of floated. I don't know if it hit something. Now it hits Zane Katz's stick. Katz trying to go shorthanded. Patterson hustling back. Katz shoots. Gloved by Gray Marquise. Heck of a save by Marquise. Zane Katz was going for his fourth goal of the day and had a good look.
Man, Brett, he can fly. He was just skating on the ice. Patterson was trying to keep up with him, got there at the very last second. Didn't really affect the shot, though. And luckily for Marquise, this time he was able to hold it and make sure it didn't trickle in like that last goal that happened where the Gators got a goal in the first period.
How much confidence do you think just a stop like that can build for Gray Marquise?
I mean, any stop can be huge. They say just like in basketball, just seeing the ball go in the net on a free throw can just give you confidence. This will be huge for Marquise's confidence, definitely after allowing 4 goals in the first period.
Minute 6 to go here in the power play for South Carolina. Face-off will come to the right side of Gray Marquise. There's some conversation going on between the referees and some folks that are not on the ice. In fact, I believe that was a South Carolina player who is now in street clothes. Not sure what happened there. And there's some conversation going on in which the referees are now kind of separating. Not entirely sure what's going on, but we'll try to figure that one out for you folks. 14:23 to go here in the period. And a minute 6 in the power play once again, South Carolina, but they are in the defensive zone thanks to Zane Katz's shorthanded breakaway that was saved by Gray Marquise. And the face-off is won by Florida. Now it's coming up forward. Quick shot now coming from Massaro. It was slapped away by Marquise. And the Gamecocks will control it back. Ropke sends it on behind his own net. Now the Gamecocks break it out. 50 seconds to go in the man advantage. Bringing it on forward. This is DePaulo. Makes 2 men miss. Clifford and Jugan. Now DePaulo comes forward, loses the puck for a second. Now it goes back to Topolsky. He sends it right to DePaulo, who's right in front of the net. DePaulo couldn't get around to get a shot. didn't want to take a weak backhanded look, and now here comes Clifford breaking it down hard. Marquise comes way out of the crease to keep Clifford from getting the puck. Sends it on along to Billy Kuriger, who brings it out. Kuriger up ahead to Topolsky, crosses the blue line, 20 seconds left in the power play. All the way across, decent pass to Hatton, but he couldn't control it. Now loses it. Jugan, a weak pass out. Here come the Gamecocks. Quick shot, Ropke forward, and a whistle as Ropke shoots wide. Gamecocks don't like the whistle, but the shot was wide anyway. And a penalty is called here against Billy Kuriger. Gamecocks not happy. And that will end the power play. 13:28 to go in the period.
And this is exactly not what the Gamecocks don't need right now. The way Florida, they still have that confidence. You saw Katz and Clifford just skating out there hustling. With them being about to go on a man advantage, Gamecocks definitely need to play hard right now and make sure they kill this penalty with 11 seconds left until they'll go on a penalty power play.
Nick Nardslicko wins the faceoff, so a good start for South Carolina. They will clear it for a moment, but since it's still 4-on-4, icing's going to get called. And 2 seconds to go in the 4-on-4, so essentially you're going to see a full minute 54 of a power play for Florida midway through the second period.
And Brett, the good news for South Carolina is Marquise is taking a couple of shots, and he's been able to stop them, so hopefully I can build his confidence back up and keep the Gators out from scoring any more goals.
Elbowing the official call on Kuriger. And a face-off once again by Nardslicko. So a good start for the Gamecocks there, but now Florida, Ryan Geffen is out of the box. So the Gators on the power play, and South Carolina will clear it in the neutral zone and beyond. 13:05 to go here in the second period. Now sliding it on down, picked up on the backside by Matt Zornick. Gators passing it back and forth in the neutral zone. It's stolen away by Patterson. Patterson trying to break out the other way, and he'll let it go after it's taken back by Zornick. And he settles up behind Bourret.
And Brett, the three leading scorers for the Gators, Katz, Clifford, and Geffen are all on the ice. It's just going to be a huge penalty kill to see if they can stop the Gators'
Geffen
attack.
to Clifford, right back to Geffen, just as you say that, Robert, and he just missed it. Went through the crease. Marquise wasn't there, but it was a wide shot. Now they drift forward. Dylan Gatz, he is lit up hard. Right in front by Ware. Now Clifford tries to get it in. Backhanded shot just goes behind Marquise, but above the net. Now Nardslicko laying it down on Clifford. Clifford breaks out. A couple of the Gamecocks, it looks like Nardslicko lost his stick and the Gators score. That's Ryan Geffen, came out of the box. You mentioned those three top scorers. He makes the Gamecocks pay there, right across the crease, 5-2 Florida.
Yeah, Brady made him pay with number 16, Nardslicko lost his stick, and when you have any player losing a stick, especially being down a man, that's huge, and he was not able to impact that play, and he could have stopped with if he had a stick, broken stick, nothing Gamecocks to do, and great goal by the Florida Gators.
Yeah, 7:46 the time of that goal, and it's back to a 3-goal lead for Florida. They are 3 for 3 on the power play. Just when you have those kind of shooters, that's what you're going to get. And the Gamecocks once again finding themselves in a big hole. They're going to have to find a way to dig out if they want to advance here in the tournament. Bouncing up at center ice, it's picked up by Florida. Now moving it along, Tony Bourret. Bourret slams it on down. Now going after it, picking it up. Couple of Gators for a second. Now won by Bourret once again. Going after it now. And sent it along forward. Here comes Florida for a second. Now South Carolina wins it up in front, sends it back towards center ice. Garrett Quillen all the way across. Kevin Massaro now towards center and spun back around by John Gibson, sent on down. Florida will get it in its defensive zone. Pass goes up all the way to Julian DiPaolo, bounced off his skate, now coming forward. Bounced around off a couple of players. South Carolina will go down in the corner and pick it up. It's John Gibson. 11:23 to go here in the second period. 5-2 Florida. Sent along Zane Katz coming forward. Quick shot. Marquise knocks it down in front of him and then pulls the puck in and freezes.
Yeah, Brett, these Gamecocks haven't been playing that bad on the power play. It's just Florida just has all these shooters and scorers. It doesn't matter what you do. They're just firing pucks in the net and getting the goals. And
they got just a fast release for sure and are finding the right places on the net to put the puck to beat Marquise.
Right now, I think the Gamecocks are just getting outplayed a little. Just Florida players just flying around everywhere, and Gamecocks just need to get their skates back under them and start playing a little harder and hustle a little more.
Had some good opportunities offensively, but not enough sustained, and not enough quite precise ones to really make a dent in this lead. Kyle Ware, nice pass along the boards to Gamecock's potential 2-on-1 here. Quick shot from Kuriger, or check that, Schneider, no good. And now an apparent hooking in front. Are they going to get a whistle for that? I think they will from behind. That'll be a penalty against Florida. Going to go against Andrew Kelly. And the Gamecocks will have another chance to cut in with a man up.
Yeah, Brad, this is what the Florida coach was talking about, taking stupid penalties, and that was an unnecessary penalty. There's no need for a stick to be up there, and just got the Gamecock, and now the Gamecocks will be going on a 5-on-4 power play, and definitely need to cash in on this, being down 3 goals.
And it looks like there was a little bit of confusion as to what was going on at the box, but after some conversation, it will be Andrew Kelly heading on in. Gamecocks 1 for 3 on the power play today. The 2 power plays in which they did not score ended earlier than they would have liked due to Gamecock penalties on their own. So have to be careful of that as well. Now up top of the point, Ware pokes it in. Really good job by Florida's defense up front. That was Clifford. Normally an offensive weapon on defense, that time just slamming it away and clearing the puck.
Yeah, Brad, that's what you got to love about these players, especially if you're a Florida coach, is just your scorers, but they're also out there playing defense and willing to sacrifice their bodies to make sure that the other team doesn't score as well.
Kyle Ware takes it here, wrapping around behind Gray Marquis, now bringing it on out. Shoots it right forward, good bounce off of Kuriger. Goes right to another Gamecock, this is Patterson. Patterson coming on around, sends it up to Hatton. Hatton drifting in, now spins it back toward Patterson. Closer to the goal line, but not quite. Now comes up top. Ware settles it down. Right back across Hatton. Hatton right across to Ware, holding officially the call. Looked more like a hook from us, but holding officially. Now up top, Hatton. Now he shoots. Puck was bouncing in front. Topolsky didn't get a stick on it before Bourret closed the door shut on the near post. Eric Patterson now here to the left side, leaves it on for Topolsky. Topolsky, quick shot. Bourret blocks it down. Quick another return by Kuriger, no good. Poke checks it in front, and Florida clears it away. Several good looks there for Carolina.
Yeah, huge opportunities for the Gamecocks. Open nets. Goalie just Bourret didn't know where it was. Gamecocks just couldn't cash in.
Gators steal it back in the neutral zone. They'll go 2-on-1 the other way. Katz up in front. Quick shot. He scores. Zane Katz is unbeatable today and slams it on the boards in front of his fans as it is 6-2 now. Florida, 4 goals from number 91.
Yeah, Brad, they're just leaving off right where they left off. Just have those huge wins over USF, and Gamecocks just can't cope with it. Just getting caught out in odd man rushes and opportunities, and Florida's taking full advantage of all of them.
Unbelievable stuff from Zane Katz. It's like this guy cannot miss the net. This has a quick trigger. Marquis isn't stopping it, and Florida's lead is growing. 6-2 here, Gators. 9:15 to go in the second period. Time of that goal coming at 10:45.
And Brett, the crazy thing is Gamecocks won the power play and let that happen, so it's a shorthanded goal, and Gators still broke out, got on 2-on-1 and scored the goal.
Florida again playing with a lot of momentum, and it looks like they've really gained some experience over the last couple of weeks, gotten some big quality wins. They're bringing it forward here to Nashville today. Quick shot, rebound in front, and Schneider, and bounced off of Bourret. Julian DePaulo showing a little bit of frustration at the blue line. Gamecocks really had a couple of good bounces up in front and then just haven't been able to control it in time just because of the way the puck kind of dekes off at the last second.
Yeah, Brett. Several times too, I believe the Gamecocks are just trying to do too much with it, trying to make a couple moves and instead of just trying to throw it on net. And I think that's cost them a couple opportunities.
Face off to come to the right side of, the left side of Fred Bourret. And it is won by Florida. Sent towards center, bounced off a one-man stick. Zane Katz coming away with it again. Katz sliding it down. He had a quick shot across the crease. It was no good, well wide. Now taken back. Into the near corner. Florida wins it behind. Eric Patterson going after it. Now slid up top, across the way. This is Mike Borst wrapping it behind. Borst leaves it up to his teammate. This is Julian DePaulo. Moving on slowly, now dumps in with a forecheck. Actually, he was going straight for Bourret, who gloves it and thought about passing it to his teammate. Mike Borst shut that one down, and Bourret will have to close it down.
Bro, this has to be a little worrying for the Gamecocks. If that's the shot you're trying to take, put it on goal. I don't know, maybe there's a strategy trying to get a face-off or something, but that's just not the shot you need if you're the Gamecocks coming far beyond the blue line.
Well, at least it did work out. Mike Borst, good job rushing the goaltender and forcing him to freeze the puck. So we'll see if they can convert on this face-off. They've got Kyle Ware, James Hatton, waiting behind Topolsky. And the face-off looked to be won by Florida. It will eventually be won by Florida, though. Nick Pizzo providing some nice pressure along the boards. Pass going ahead. Daniel Clifford breaking out again. Kyle Ware going after it, and a whistle, as I believe icing was called.
And maybe, Brett, now I'm starting to think about maybe he just threw the puck at the net, just kind of freeze the play, gives the Gamecocks a little bit of time to recover, and maybe get their skates under them. Just Florida Gators just barraging them right now. Just multiple shots and catches just on fire right now.
Well, here we go. We said this before, that in that Sunday matchup back in the Plex in November, it was 6-2, Florida over South Carolina, and then the Gamecocks battled back to lose 7-6. So here we are at 6-2 again. And will the Gamecocks have that comeback in them, and/or will they be able to finish it off this time? Time will tell. Passing it up along the blue line. Taken along by Kevin Massaro. Now goes back by Topolsky. Quick shot. Had a bounce off of Massaro, but nobody there. Hatton was somewhat in the vicinity. Now they pop on up. It's picked up by Ryan Geffen going forward. Geffen has the other 2 goals that weren't from Katz. He tried to feed Clifford in front. Now they come back up top. Quick shot from Quillen, bounces in front. Marquise wasn't there, but it bounced wide. Coverage in front. The Gators almost had the stereotypical bounce-in goal. Gators will have to drop down. They break out on a quick line change. Gamecocks weren't in a position to catch them. Florida breaks out quickly after the nice dump. James Hatton coming forward now, spinning off of a guy. Florida goes down. Now sends it on over. Gators trying to break out the other way on a 2-on-1. This is Andrew Kaczynski, but he doesn't go very far. Kyle Ware wins it back, sends it on along, picked up by Pizzo. Drops it on down. Ian Schneider pursuing. Taps one of his men, now slides all the way across. It's picked up by by Grayson Curry of the Gamecocks, and then sent down. Big check there. Alec Martone sends Matt Zornick hard into the boards. Going after John Gibson, spins around and sends it back the other way. Jacob Tengy chasing down his man, trying to get there. Florida will win it. Tengy puts him into the boards anyway. Gamecocks physicality going up, 3 big checks. Julian DiPaolo breaks out right toward the net, makes 1 man miss, 2 men miss. Bourre stoned him at the near post. Puck right up in front again. Gamecocks poke checking. Pile up at Fred Bourre. Some pushing and shoving again.
Yeah, Brett, great plays by the Gamecocks. Again, I believe he tried to do a little too much there in front of the goal instead of just trying to put it on net, and it may have cost him kind of a bad angle, but definitely you start to see the intensity going up, and a couple of hits can just definitely motivate your team and get you going, and this is definitely what the Gamecocks needed, even though they didn't score a goal.
Very good look once again for South Carolina for sure.
And I believe is there a penalty? I thought I saw the ref motioning for something. Maybe not. I might have missed that, but
doesn't appear that there will be a penalty here, surprisingly.
Yeah.
You figure if there were a bunch of people in the box. We saw one time during that Sunday game back at the Plex where there were 5 different guys in the box at the same time, 3 on one side, 2 on the other.
Yeah, I definitely believe we're going to see a lot more penalties, a lot more physicality, just what you're seeing from the Gamecocks right now. And we'll have to see what's going on. But actually, I do believe there's a penalty now as he's starting to put one of the Gators climbed over his own bench and got in the penalty box. So new ways and creative ways just to get into the penalty box.
Evidently. Because he didn't want to make it all too public. And so that penalty will go against Matt Zornick for the first time today. And the Gamecocks back on a power play. You got to think at this point, 6 minutes to go in the second period, down by 4. This is a must-score power play for South Carolina.
Most definitely, but it's huge for the Gamecocks right now. If they can get a goal, they can still be back in it, and they definitely need to get the goal right here.
Gamecocks win this face-off. Left on behind. Hatton now to Schneider, coming up top. Patterson and DiPaolo, Ware and Patterson up at the top. Now sliding it on down. Bourre, the puck got through to him. He was ready for it and trapped it with his legs in between.
Yeah, even if you get past the Florida defense, you still got to go through Bourre. He's been stopping everything that's been shot at right now, so it's going to be a huge test for the Gamecocks, not only to beat the Florida defense themselves, but also Bourre back in the net.
5:41 to go here in the second period. Face off to the right side of Bourre. South Carolina wins it. Eric Patterson now coming on around, picked up by Katz. Sliding it on down. Kyle Ware going after it and grabbing it on the baseline. Underneath the flags of all the NHL teams. Proudly on display here at the Ford Ice Center along with the American and Canadian flags. Topolsky, good pass across, good centering pass. Patterson couldn't quite settle it down, has to retreat over to the boards and bring it back out. Kyle Ware across the way. Brett Topolsky also couldn't get a full stick on that. Taken by Billy Kuriger, looking toward Hatton. Popped up in the air. A couple players going after this. Now taken by the Gator, and cleared out the way. 57 seconds to go in the Gamecocks power play. Marquise gives it to Kyle Ware, who slows down for a moment. Now skates out to the right side of the cage, bringing it up. Send it towards center. South Carolina bringing it forward. Eric Patterson. Patterson hesitates, drops it on around. Jacob Tengy tried to play it up. Now goes up top to Quillen. He tried to clear it. It bounced off of a Gamecock and went all the way back into the boards. Now Florida gets a stick on it and clears. 30 seconds to go in the man advantage.
Florida being very disciplined on their power play and just harassing the Gamecock shooters and puck handlers and just not letting anything get on net even at all either, Boré.
Julian DePaulo doing all kinds of work to make men miss in the neutral zone. That has been his MO all day. Now drifting toward the goal line. Hits the deck in front to Schneider. DePaulo rotates all the way around the net. Quick shot. Follow-up opportunity, no good. A couple of Gators in front providing the defense needed there. DePaulo blocks it back down at the blue line. Now drifts between a man. Goes to Ropke. Really good looks. DePaulo now down on the ice again. Loses his helmet. Pushing and shoving. Now Ropke in the crease causing some havoc. Victor Smith already back on the ice. DePaulo is down. Eric Patterson was down earlier in this game, and everything seems okay now. Now DePaulo crouched down in front of the crease. Athletic trainer coming out, and DePaulo is on his knees at this point.
And I believe he's already had an incident. Number 23 for the Gators, Dylan Gatz, has had a couple run-ins with the Gamecocks, and definitely have to keep attention on that and see what the Gamecock players, how they respond to him when he comes back on the ice.
He's going to go back to the box here, and the Gamecocks are going to get another power play right off the bat. It's going to be the 7th penalty called against Florida today, which the Gamecocks have cashed in one time. Julian DePaulo is now sitting down, now just about to get up, and he is back up on top of his feet. And now he is skating off, just a bit shaken up evidently. So Gap's off to the box, and he's going to be called with a 5-minute major. So that's a big opportunity for the Gamecocks to cash in literally as many times as they need to, because he's not going to get out of the box even if they score with the man advantage.
Yeah, Brett, I was about to say that's huge, because for 5 minutes he's stuck in that box. The Gamecocks, they can score 3 or 4 goals. Not saying will, just saying they could, and he can't do anything about it. He'll be sitting in the penalty box for the next 5 straight minutes.
And they're going to clear out the crease here in just a second. And I'd like to get a quick word on everything that's been going on here recently with that last major penalty and all the extracurricular activity, shall we say, that's happened over the last couple of minutes. So as they finish off the crease, we're going to go down to Claudia Chikamian in the box. What you got, Claudia?
This game is just continuing as the time goes on. We knew this game was going to be big in penalties and fights and everything, but it's exactly what we're seeing here. Number 23 for Florida has a 5-minute major for cross-checking on number 12, Julian DePaulo for South Carolina. He's down right now being tended to. He was able to get off the ice, so we'll see what goes on with him. Hopefully he's all right. But number 23 is in the box for cross-checking. This is exactly what we thought was going to happen. All the penalties, all the fights, the tension between the two. They're just yelling at each other constantly. We'll just see what happens with the next 20-plus minutes left to go in the game. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Claudia. Quite something to see so far in this one. Gamecocks now with that 5-minute major. What can they do with it? With the man advantage for a while here that will last all the way into the 3rd period. And the Gators force James Hatton down to the ice, just in his offensive zone. Jacob Tengy with it now, spinning it around Gray Marquise. He brings it out. Pops it on along. Here come the Gamecocks going forward quickly. Hatton loses it up in front. Hatton was trying, I think, to do a little bit too much there. He loses the puck.
Yeah, Brett, Florida's still being very organized in their power play defense and just harassing Gamecock puck handlers. We'll see if they can try to get a breakthrough here.
South Carolina cannot control that puck there. They got to get the puck into the offensive zone with clear control. Alec Martone with it here. Sliding it on the way, goes up right in front of the Gamecocks' own bench. Now popped it on around. Gamecocks win it. One Gator down, Ian Schneider, quick shot, blocked in front, return by Kyle Ware, no good, as Bourret swallows it, and Fred Bourret has started to become a bit of a wall in this game for Florida.
Yeah, he's just stopping everything that comes at him right now, and just keeping the Gators, making sure this is still a 4-point lead right now, and just doing a great job in front of net.
The next face-off will come to the right side of Bourret.
And Brett, I'm not trying to get into the refs' heads to understand their decision, but do you think maybe that 5-minute major might have been they thought they missed the play against Patterson and trying to like maybe make up call for it?
It could have been. You never know with things like this. And just to say that Patterson with a quick shot to Bourret, I think for sure they just wanted to try to clamp down on this game to make sure things don't get too out of hand. That can always help when you just ante up the penalty against anybody.
I think they're just trying to send a clear message that there's not going to any of this play anymore, and just going to make sure they clamp down on it right now.
Borst comes out with that face-off. Eric Patterson at the point. 3:44 to go in the power play for South Carolina. Ware drifts in. Puck bounced off the referee after it bounced in front. Billy Kuriger with it here. Lays it back for Borst. Sends it up top, Eric Patterson. Now heads it all the way back. Patterson in the neutral zone. Now up top. Sliding it down along the way. Gamecocks forecheck begins here. And good little move by Kevin Massaro to evade a Gamecock, and then he hit the deck himself. Cross Kyle Ware, quick shot. They had a couple guys in front, and it bounced off of Florida instead and dropped right down. Really good shot for South Carolina. Glove down in front. Eric Patterson saved it, and he prevented a breakaway opportunity for Tony Bourret out the way. Glove down. The Gamecocks finding ways to get the puck here. They really haven't been able to set up a ton of power play offense. They've had some looks. Have to clear the zone here. 2:48 to go in the man advantage. 1:42 in period number 2. For South Carolina, you got to think urgency is the key right now. Score in this power play, perhaps more than once. Score before this period is over. 1:30 to go here in the second period. And the Gators clear and change lines once again. Gamecocks have 1 power play goal thus far in this game. They are 1 for 5 overall. Ian Schneider now drops it along the way. And he has to retreat back into his defensive zone. Recovers it. 2:14 to go in the major. Schneider bringing it forward. 1:05 to go here in period number 2. Schneider slides it onto the left side. Waits for one man. Slides it around behind his own net. Now brings it out. Schneider checked down. Almost lost the puck. Then gets a shot away, and it goes right to Bourret's gut. He holds it.
Yeah, Bourret's just stopping everything now. The Gators power play team is just definitely just stopping everything. They're getting down, getting in the way of pucks, harassing the Gator puck handlers, and just making sure that even if they do get a shot on goal, it's immediately sniffed up and grabbed by Bourret.
Looks like we have some guests up here in the booth with us. The Ole Miss Rebels hockey team has just rolled into Nashville. They will play the host Vanderbilt Commodores in the 2-7 matchup tonight at the North Rink behind us. Florida going to break it out the other way. They got a potential 2-on-1. There's Katz in front. Katz makes a one-man miss. Geffen was there to return. What was the call here? Geffen spun around. He hit it looked like the puck went in the net, but he also knocked the net off its moorings at the same time. I don't believe we have a goal called here.
I believe Marquise may have actually been able to stop it right before it went over the line, and then it got hit, so there's no way for it to trickle in.
Boy, was that a huge stop, because they had a 2-on-1. Zane Katz right up in front. I think Katz, you mentioned DePaulo maybe have tried to make too many moves. Katz made one too many moves, I think, to the right side when he turned it back. Marquise had it down, but then Geffen had a wide open net on the rebound. But for the Gamecocks' sake, it did not go in. And 38 seconds to go here in the period. Still 1:40 in South Carolina's power play. Had a couple of opportunities, not a great power play, not a terrible power play.
But I don't know if you'll agree with me. I believe Florida in this 5-minute major has actually had more opportunities quality opportunities than the Gamecocks had so far.
That's probably fair. So far, special teams has just been dominated by the Gators. That's how you win hockey games. And now they come forward 2-on-2, trying to go shorthanded again. Pass back up in front. The pass didn't get through to Brendan Nicholson. That could have been dangerous for the Gamecocks if it did. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Here go the Gamecocks drifting forward. Schneider, quick shot at the end of the period. It's blocked, and the Gators defense holds for darn near 4 minutes of a 5-minute major to close down the second period, in which the Gators tally 2 goals in and extend their lead over South Carolina to 4. So the Gamecocks will have a big hole to dig out of in the third period of this one. Florida will get off the ice safely before a single Gamecock heads to the locker room. and we will take a quick break, and we'll be right back with your second period intermission report, talking about how we've gotten to this point and trying to figure out what South Carolina can do to get back into this one. We'll be back to Nashville right after this. You're watching SECHC Tournament Hockey on the Capital City Sports Network.
And I'm just about
starts now.
And we have a special guest today, TJ Miller.
Thanks for having me, man.
Scene 2, take 1. Scene 3, shot 9.
Scene 1, shot 1, take
Do you feel it? Do you feel it in the air? Do you feel it? Do you feel it? I can feel it in the
Do you feel the vibes?
Welcome back to the Ford Ice Center in Antioch, Tennessee, everybody. I'm Brett Williams alongside Robert McCachren. We are at the second intermission of the quarterfinal matchup between your South Carolina Gamecocks and the Florida Gators. And really right now it's all Florida, 6-2 Gators, and the Gamecocks really have to find a way to dig out of a tough hole in the third period if they want to advance in this tournament. Right now, Florida's doing what they need to do to win off the sticks, primarily of Ryan Geffen and Zane Katz. Katz has 4 goals in this game. Geffen has the other 2. The last one was shorthanded. Right now, Florida flying up and down the ice, and they're creating some difficult situations for South Carolina.
Yeah, Florida's just dominating every facet of the game, just going out there, out hustling, out skating. Special teams is better, scoring is better, just doing everything right. Everything's going their way, and the Gamecocks really have nothing. They can't really stop it. I mean, they've been solid on the power play. Just the scores like Gatson, Guerin, and Clifford. I mean, just shooters, just getting the goals. I mean, even weird shots on wide angles, just getting shots to the net and scoring goals, and it's just looking bad right now for the Gamecocks.
As we mentioned before, the Gamecocks were down 6-2 to Florida on that Sunday game at the Plex. They ended up only losing 7-6, so there is a little bit of a comeback spirit for the Gamecocks. You got to feel like they're going to have to cash in at the end of this 5-minute major that we saw. Dylan Gatz went in the box for Florida with just about 4 minutes or so left in the first period, and so the Gamecocks were not able to score, so that power play carries over into this third period, and you feel like that's a must-score time for the Gamecocks.
They're going to have to score. Being down 4 goals, only 20 minutes left, they're going to have to score there and just try to claw their way back in and hope that the Gators just get a little bit off their game, shoot a little pucks wide, and just Gamecocks have to play the period of their lives right now, I believe, to get back in this game and win this game, unfortunately.
Well, this is the time you rely on your seniors for sure. Gray Marquis got to get solidified in net. The defense has to get around him. Patterson, DePaulo just got to get pucks on Bourré. We've been saying that since the start. Not a lot of fancy moves. Keep shooting. Hopefully things will work out. Some bounces might go their way. And if they do, then maybe there's more barbecue and country music in the future for the Gamecocks here in this tournament.
Yeah, definitely. Just get pucks in the net. Just do the simple things. You don't have to go out there and try to deke a goalie or anything. Just throw the puck on net. Maybe someone will be there to get a rebound. All it takes is a little bounce to go your way, and you're right back in it. So huge period right now coming up for the Gamecocks.
And after we are done here, we'll take a little bit of break in between games, but just want to let you know we will be live for another matchup in the quarterfinals here tonight between the number 1 Arkansas Razorbacks and the number 8 LSU Tigers. That will be at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. If you're watching back on the East Coast, we will be here once again on Capital City Sports Network for that game, which the winner of that game will play the winner of this game tomorrow, and we certainly hope that the winner is South Carolina if a comeback is in the work for the Gamecocks. So with that, we're going to take another quick break, and we'll be back with the third period of Gators and Gamecocks SEC Tournament Hockey from Nashville here on the Capital City the Capital City Sports Network. Welcome back to the Fordyce Center. We are live in Antioch, Tennessee for this quarterfinal matchup of the 2016 SEC HC Tournament. Your South Carolina Gamecocks down to their final 20 minutes here in at least the championship bracket of this tournament, down 6-2 to Florida. And the Gators have really opened one up here between Zane Katz and Ryan Geffen, scoring all of the goals here in this one. And so far, the Gators dominating. Can the Gamecocks find a way to come back in the third, Robert?
Well, they're going to have to just go back to the fundamentals, just putting pucks on net, just getting the skates out under them, and just working really hard to get anything they can. They have to scrap for every single shot, goal, just anything they can get right now.
They just got to start early and keep on firing. That's how it works. And the Gamecocks will start 5-on-4 for the next minute and 4 seconds in a 5-minute major against Florida's defenseman Dylan Gatz. It was assessed near the end of the second period. Face-off won by the Gators. The Gamecocks now behind. And they'll come on forward now right toward the Gator bench. Sent on down. It'll skate behind Bourret. James Hatton fighting for it along the boards. Now sent up forward and sent all the way down. Gray Marquise will come out of the crease, send it away. Julian DePaulo picks it up along the goal line. 35 seconds left in a man advantage, and what a big one it is. Can the Gamecocks get something on this last opportunity? Sent forward, sticked away by Florida, not quite. The Gators will clear it out of the way. Marquise has to go out of the crease once again, and maybe one more shot for the Gamecocks coming. 20 seconds left, and they'll bring it out quickly. Here comes Eric Patterson. Gamecocks doing a weave in the neutral zone. He lays it on, and it's stolen back by Clifford. Nothing doing for the Gamecocks in the neutral zone. Gators are just finding the puck and getting rid of it, and they have successfully killed off a 5-minute major for Dylan Gatz. And that is huge momentum boosting for Florida as they go forward in the third period of this one.
Yeah, Brad, the Gamecocks seem to be skating around, just very lackadaisical, just making errant passes, just really not really pushing puck forward at all. And that was an easy penalty kill for the Gators to do right there with only a minute left.
And really, we talked to Duncan Hickman, another one of the Gamecocks not in the lineup today. A report from the locker room and said there really wasn't a lot said at the second intermission. The Gamecocks know what they're getting in Florida. They know what they need to do. A lot of the seniors we're talking about, one of the last 20 minutes they might have in a really meaningful game. Of course, even with the loss today, they would play tomorrow early afternoon in a consolation game, but at the same time, it's not going to feel like quite the same. They do hope to be in the ACHA tournament in a couple of weeks, and we'll talk about that at the next break. But certainly it's just time for the Gamecocks to keep pedaling, as they said, and try to get back in this one the best way they can. And a penalty is called from behind here. Looks like another cross-check. Let's see who it goes against. Interference officially the call now. It's going to go against Florida. So South Carolina, after failing to convert on a 5-minute major, will have another power play right off the bat. It is the 8th penalty called against the Gators to only 4 against South Carolina thus far in this game, and it's going to go against Kurt Weber for the second time.
Yeah, Brett. Gamecocks won these power plays. You get a man advantage, but they just really haven't been to cash in. They've only scored on one opportunity from the power play, so they definitely need to. This is the must score right here as well, Brett.
Kyle Ware coming up top. He'll send it on down toward the right side of the cage. Picked up by Alec Martone, bounces it along the boards. Ian Schneider. Schneider brings it on out, sends it up to the blue line. Kyle Ware dumps it on down. Schneider up top. Ware once again. Ware fires. It's blocked up in front by the Gators. Zane Katz. Who else? Now he's going to break out the other way. 2-on-1. Here comes Katz. Katz looking for a second shorthanded goal of the game. Instead, he shoots it across, and it's saved by Marquise as he slides across to the right side of the crease. That shot came from Tony Bourret, who took the pass from Katz and put it on net.
And Brett, being up 4 goals, you'd think maybe Gators maybe slow down a little bit. No, they're keeping the gas pedal right on, just keep on chugging along. And right now, the Gamecocks just can't handle it right now.
And I'd have to say, it's an underestimated skill on the part of Zane Katz to play defensively higher up, and he's been able to really create some havoc just by stealing the puck and then break out with the speed that he has. And so coming forward now, Julian DePaulo.
Yes, Brett, they just really need to work hard and try to scrap this game back and down by 4 goals. So this power play is huge for the Gamecocks right now. So definitely just hope that they can work even harder now, because they're trying right now, and Florida's still just outworking them.
Puck bouncing on around here and after the neutral zone face-off. And moving forward, here comes Daniel Clifford, sicked away there by Ian Schneider, and the Gamecocks will get up the other way. Now coming forward, Eric Patterson pops it off forward off the back of a Gamecock, and now it goes all the way down behind Bourret. Picked up by Florida, Kevin Massaro, laid into by Billy Kuriger, and Kuriger, I think, also took the brunt end of that one. Now along the near boards, it's fought for, won by Julian DePaulo. He brings it out. DePaulo sliding it on along. Picked up hard by Garrett Quillen. Along the boards, Hatton tries to win it for the Gamecocks. Instead, DePaulo will. He brings it forward. Now fighting for it. And it goes out Kuriger. Now up top, Tengy. Jacob Tengy winds and shoots. It's blocked by Clifford, Daniel Clifford. With the up front defense, he slides it forward for Geffen. Now going across, it's picked up by Ropke, and the Gamecocks moving the other way. And these Florida shooters doing work defensively as well.
Yeah, but they're just all over the place. Not only willing to score, but they're willing to lay their bodies out and just working really hard against Gamecocks right now in this power play and just killing the penalty right now.
South Carolina with 15 seconds left in this man advantage that hasn't afforded them a lot of opportunities. That's been a theme of the day. They had one power play goal back in the first period from Jacob Tengy, and that's been it. Now coming forward, here's Kyle Ware. Good move. Almost got it through, popped it around to the wide side of the crease, and the Gators will clear. And the Gamecocks now officially 1 for 7 on the power play in this game.
Brett, Gators all over the place, just hustling around. It doesn't look like they're on a one-man down. They're just out there flying around, acting like they have 5 players on the ice. Just Gamecocks cannot do anything, get anything going against this defense right now.
They'll have another chance here with a face-off to the left side of Fred Bourret. I feel like in this situation, you got to be looking for a quick shot coming off for the face-off from one of the guys up at the top.
Yeah, right now with 16 minutes left in the third period, being down 4 goals, they need a lot of quick goals right now, so definitely got to work hard for it.
And the face-off eventually won by Florida after a while, then come right back. Dave Cochran in the quick shot from the point, no good. Brett Topolsky spins around and is sent away by Bourret. Now from behind, Soar up top. He has another goal in this game. And Florida will take it away, though, and win it back. Sending it on down at the blue line. Gamecocks with it. Pop it on forward. Zane Katz with it and sends it on along. It's picked up and sent across by Brendan Nicholson. Now once again taken by Andrew Kaczynski, slams it on back. Here comes South Carolina going forward. Big hard check as Aaron Beaver and Garrett Quillen go into the boards together. Almost looked like they were going into the penalty box. Or I should say almost ended up in the penalty box. Grayson Curry, and his pocket is picked by Andrew Kelly. Kelly rushes on Marquise and it's blocked at the near post. Eric Patterson with it, now sends it forward. South Carolina bringing it out. Good pass along the boards. Aaron Beaver trying to pick up his own slack. And instead, no, it's grabbed by Garrett Quillen, and he brings it forward. Now stolen in the neutral zone by Julian DePaulo. DePaulo almost had an odd man break, but the Gators were quickly there to cover it up. DePaulo makes one man miss, leaves it on for Borst. Quick shot, it bounced off of Bourret's skate and out wide. And the Gamecocks can't glove it down. They'll go back to center. 15 minutes to go in this one. It is 6-2 Florida. Gamecocks need a lot of goals. They need them soon. Now coming forward, this is Matt Cirillo. Now he sends it forward, and Eric Patterson takes it. 3-on-2 coming for South Carolina. Quick shot, Zach Ropke, and he fires, and it's off of Bourret's skate. And back out toward the blue line. DePaulo keeping it in. Drifts forward, makes 2 men miss. DePaulo now makes a 3rd guy miss. Now shoots, and it goes wide. Patterson knocked down in front of the net, no call. Florida will clear. This has looked a lot more like a typical almost power play for South Carolina with the offensive control here in the last few minutes. It's been a lot more sound. But still no results, and Florida still working in that transition game. It's stolen back by Geffen, leaves it for Jugan, and he leaves it behind in turn for Weber. Sticks it on forward, right back to Jugan. Now up in front, Kyle Ware, hesitating, no, taken right back by Clifford. Quick shot bouncing in front, Clifford at an open net. The Gamecocks got lucky, a couple of sticks in front to block it out of the way. And now coming forward on a quick shot, Weber, and it blocked off of Marquise's leg once again.
Oh boy.
Now bounced off down the boards. Now back towards center. This is Daniel Clifford. Clifford going on along. Big hit there by Kyle Ware. Just laid him out at the top. Are we going to get a whistle from behind? I think we will. And they're pushing out of the way. And Daniel Clifford is down on the ice. Clifford is down in the face-off circle to the left side of Gray Marquise. Kyle Ware immediately to the box. I think that's probably going to be a major.
Yeah, it might be definitely just a huge hit, and Clifford is still down on the ice. We have to wonder and see what's going on with him as well.
Boy, was that a hard hit. Kyle Ware laid him in the open ice. Athletic trainer back on out, being helped across by Zane Katz as the Gators gather around Daniel Clifford. Certainly wishing him well in this couple of tight moments here at the game. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back between South Carolina and Florida on CCSN.
The night was warm, we
Well, welcome back, everybody. A 5-minute major was indeed assessed on Kyle Ware for the open ice hit, officially elbowing the call. Got a good piece of the shoulder of Daniel Clifford, who is back up safe and sound on the bench. Got up under his own power, though it took a little bit of time. And certainly hope that everything is okay there. But now 5 minutes now, the Gamecocks will go man down. Florida has converted on every power play opportunity thus far today, and this is unlimited. So this is a very dangerous spot for South Carolina. They're going to have to try to create some shorthanded offense. Florida just going to try to ice this game with some goals here late. 13:06 to go in the game. And now Julian DePaulo takes it along the goal line, brings it on out. He sends it on forward. Pucked across the blue line, now picked up by Zane Katz, moving the other way. Katz puts on the Jets as usual, going 3-on-2. Katz drifting in, looking up in front, had a quick shot. It was blocked up in front by Marquise, and a couple of Gamecocks clear it out of the way. Katz goes back after it, picks it up, comes forward, checked lightly by DePaulo. Now Katz tries to get it out. DePaulo gets his stick on it. Alec Martone will clear it out of the way. Now, clearances are all good and fine, but in a situation like this, I feel like you got to control and take some risks and take it down the ice.
But I was about to say the same thing. This clear-out did really nothing. You just gave Florida another chance to set up, and right now being 4 goals down, clear-outs are not going to help you out at all.
Tony Bourret with an opportunity there. Dave Cochran got there first. Curry now fighting for it. Instead, the Gators win it back. Now sending it along. Tony Bourret from the top, almost lost it. Good job by Eric Patterson diving on the ice and sending it up and making Florida clear the zone. Hard check there, leveled by Ian Schneider. Patterson trying to go after the puck. Patterson does win the puck. Now drifts on. He's checked up in front. Good defense by Florida in front of their goalie. But the Gamecocks will keep it. Grayson Curry sends forward. Bourret and Eric Patterson chasing it forward. Now Patterson getting into it as he was trying to go near post on Bourret, and some Gators didn't like that.
Yeah, and Brett, right now the thing you have to worry about is Gamecocks need to score goals. Only have 4 men on the ice, and Gators having 5 on this power play. You got to make sure you don't get caught on those breaks, which they've been susceptible to with even 5 men on the ice, and even on shorthanded opportunities with Gators being down 5-4, getting goals and opportunities as well.
Well, you got to love the Gamecocks pushing it down the ice on that last opportunity, and a face-off will come to the left side of Fred Bourret. Face-off is won by South Carolina for a moment, and the puck will be battled for on the boards behind the goalie. Sent on around, picked up by Florida. The Gators coming on out. And now Zane Katz hits the deck, ended up tripping over his own skate apparently. A whistle. What's the call here?
I believe when he was going around 23 for the Gamecocks, Billy Currigree hit his wrist, and I don't know if Katz maybe embellished a little bit on it, but it's definitely a little hit, but maybe a little bit of embellishment on Katz's part get the penalty call.
Well, from bad to worse for South Carolina. Now they've got 2 minutes of going 3-on-5 and another 54 seconds of a power play, normally 4-on-5 thereafter. With 11:35 to go in a game and a 4-goal Gators lead. The blue, orange, and green have been showing their colors here. And they will probably be taking that into tomorrow unless South Carolina has some serious tricks up its sleeve over the last 11:35.
Yeah, but it's really not looking good for the Gamecocks right now. Already beating down 4 and 5-on-3 for the Gators. Gamecocks are going to have to dig deep here.
Slashing was the call there. Now Daniel Clifford up top, blocked up hard by Nick Nard-Slicko. Gators bringing it on. Katz a quick one-timer, no good. Off of Marquise, 11:17 to go. Now the Gators sending it back up top. Now drifting in, quick shot there, and it was blocked away in front. I think the Gators ended up keeping the net closed on their own.
I think it was like Life University.
Eric Patterson trying to glove it down at the blue line. Now here come the Gators once again, drifting in. Geffen across the net mouth, no good, off of Marquise. Eric Patterson bringing it up. He beats Zane Katz. Patterson drifts around, gets lit up by Clifford in the neutral zone, and now Zane Katz breaks out, 2-on-1 the other way. Katz leaves it behind for Clifford, makes a man miss, right back to Katz. That is a nasty pass right there, and Katz's shot will just go into Marquise's glove. That was one of the best passes I think I've ever seen live.
Yeah, but it's a great pass, and unlucky for Florida, not able to cash in on a good stop by Marquise. to a 4-goal game.
Clifford just rotated right around his defender, and a quick snap right to the stick of Katz, who was there for a one-timer, and Gray Marquise was right there to hold it for the Gamecocks. Otherwise, that would have been a highlight reel.
Yeah, you can tell they were trying to set that up to the way they were skating. You can definitely tell they've done this probably multiple times in practice and know what they're doing.
Garrett Quillen sends it on. The Gamecocks dive out. That was Alec Martone who sticked it forward. Jacob Tangy pursuing. Tangy going hard. Well, he almost went in and checked Bourre into the boards and thought better of it. That wouldn't have ended well. And now the puck goes across in the neutral zone. Florida coming forward. Tangy now checks Nicholson. It goes up behind Matt Jugan. Now up in front, Nicholson was cherry picking, but Marquise shut down the near post. South Carolina bringing it on out. We are halfway home in the third period, 2-on-2. The Gamecocks have prevented any more goals from being scored by Florida in the first half of this third period, but for the Gamecocks, they were not able to score any on their own. So it is still 6-2 Florida. Now Julian DePaulo steals in the neutral zone, drifts forward. DePaulo wins the puck back. Bourre knocks it aside. Gamecocks diving out to try to get a shorthanded 5-on-3 goal. 11 seconds left of going 3-on-5. Tony Bourre drifts in, quick shot. Marquise bounces it off his foot and into his glove.
Yeah, Brett, huge by the Gamecocks right now, even creating a couple opportunities themselves, being 2 men down. And now 5 seconds left on the 5-on-3, and you got to hope that maybe the Gamecocks can get some more with 1 man on the ice and hopefully get a goal or 2 in here.
Got to give it a shot, that's for sure. And got to love the offensive possession there from South Carolina. Going 3-on-5 for a long time and having a lot of good shots. Florida's had about an even number though, and Zane Katz will come forward. Now the first penalty is released and the puck goes well high into the net. So 49 more seconds left in a 5-on-4, and so both of these teams have successfully checked that. The 49 seconds still remaining on Kyle Ware's penalty, so not quite 2 5-minute majors cleared, but 49 more seconds might get the Gamecocks to that point.
Yeah, Brett, you know, it's really early in the third period, but being down 4 goals, when do you think the coach is starting to think about maybe pulling that goalie really early?
That's an interesting point. I'd say probably looking at 3.5 minute mark. I don't think it's worth pulling him too much earlier than that, especially the way Florida's defense has been up front, challenging the Gamecocks on the point and going the other way. But at some point, you got to start throwing a ton of pucks on Bourre and hoping a few go in. And Bourre slams it out the other way. Along the blue line, it's picked up. And this one's taken by Zane Katz, drifting away. Katz made 1-man miss, goes right to Marquise at the crease. Marquise shuts him down. And a response back by Kevin Massaro, also turned away by Marquise. 5 more seconds left on the power play. Slowing it down is Massaro, sends it off to Daniel Clifford, and the Gamecocks have cleared a 5-minute major. Now pass right up in front. Geffen now a quick return shot. It goes wide of the crease. 5-on-5. Both teams survive a 5-minute major, but it's still 6-2, a 4-goal lead for the Florida Gators, and now the Gamecocks bring it up towards center. Eric Patterson coming forward. Now James Hatton, Patterson was looking for Hatton, and the Gators stick it away, and here they come on the counter. Zane Katz moving forward, slides to the left, passes it along Clifford, now to Geffen, no good. Stolen back by Grayson Curry and the Gamecocks. There's that three-headed dragon going forward for Florida. And a whistle with 8:02 to go.
Yeah, Brett, Gamecocks playing really big, coming up really big on the power play, just shutting things down for the Gators. Marquise finally starting to get some more confidence, just shutting down the Gators on their shots, and now just being 5-on-5. Now the Gamecocks really need to come in here and battle. Only words you need to say for just battle.
Other news in this tournament, last check, it was middle of the second period between number 3 Georgia and number 6 Auburn. 5-0 Bulldogs, so Georgia all over Auburn on the other rink just behind us. Ole Miss and Vanderbilt will battle at 7:45 Central, 8:45 Eastern tonight. And at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern time, we will be back on the air with you for number 1 Arkansas and number 8 LSU here on the Capital City Sports Network. Hope you can join us for that. And winner of that game will set us up for the winner of this game tomorrow. Going after it, James Hatton. Now back up top, quick shot across the crease coming from Topolsky, no good. Taken by Curry and taken back away by Florida. Bringing it on up, and time is called.
I believe we'll be having a penalty call up for, I believe, the ref from the far side next to the goal. Yes, Florida's number 66, Matthew Garillo, will be going in the penalty box. So a huge opportunity for the Gamecocks now, need to build off the momentum and try to actually get a puck in the net right now.
Will they be able to do it? 7:27 to go. They need a lot of goals in a short time. And Jacob Tenge going to be running the face-off for the Gamecocks. They send it back out toward the point. Kyle Ware, it's taken away by Daniel Clifford. Here come the Gators trying to go shorthanded again. Daniel Clifford works his way around Eric Patterson, controlling the puck. At this point, the Gators really just trying to kill some clock. 7:11 to go. Puck battled in the near side corner. Along the boards, now picked up by South Carolina and moving on forward. This is Ian Schneider with it going forward. Schneider coming up toward the goal line, now wraps it around. And it's won back by Florida. Now coming forward, Jacob Tenge now lays it on back and picked up by Alec Martone. Martone up top to Ware, now back over to Martone, drifts in. Quick shot from Martone. Bourret slides to the top of the crease and hangs on.
There goes that man again right there. Bourret just out there shutting everything down. And even if you get past the Florida Gators defense themselves, you guys still got to get it past him. And right now he's just locking everything down for the Gators.
Bourret, as usual, been very solid today. Allowed 2 goals in the first period, and that has been it. Gamecocks offense just hasn't been able to get the pucks past him. Aaron Beaver going after it. Now running it down. And picked up by Beaver once again. He slides it along up toward the top. Kyle Ware settles it down, brings it over, sends it to Polsky, right back up top. Ware fires, and it goes off of Bourret's leg pad once again. Up toward the blue line, Kyle Ware sends it across to Polsky. Checked away, and Dylan Gatz will send it down the other way. Now breaking out the other way, Tony Bourret, he's on side. He goes one-on-one with Marquis. Spin move. Patterson knocks him down. Puck just stays at the top of the crease for a moment. It's picked up by South Carolina. Fancy footwork there by Bourret, but nothing doing. And Carolina brings it out. Passing on up, and stolen away by the Gators. They'll send it all the way down. 5:51 to go. And now Marquis lays it on ahead. And picked up by James Hatton. They slide forward. 5:45 to go, 19 seconds left in the power play for South Carolina. James Hatton going behind. He's got Kuriger waiting in front. Pizzo, DePaulo, Ropke at the point, lays it down for Pizzo. Pizzo up top. It's taken by DePaulo, hesitates, goes on around, quick shot, and it scores. The Gamecocks get one back, and they score late in this power play off the stick of Billy Kuriger, his first of the day.
Yeah, the Gamecocks definitely needed that now. With still 5:30 to go, need to get 3 more. But like we said, you just got to claw your way back into the game, just one step at a time, and good things will happen. So hopefully the Gamecocks can keep this momentum and try to get back into this game.
Their second power play goal of the day. Now 2 for 8 are the Gamecocks, and they'll take it. Now down 6-3, 5:29 to go, and I have a feeling that this game's going to get really intense all of a sudden as the Gamecocks are going to go blitz offense here very quickly.
I definitely believe so. And you got to see how Florida responds. You know the physicality is going to go up. We know the history between these two teams, so definitely going to be interested to see how that goes as well.
Here goes Ian Schneider. Talk about the blitz. Immediately icing is called, however. Just want to give a quick shout out to the sponsors of Gamecock Hockey, Highwire Trampoline Park at the Plex Indoor Sports facility back in Irmo. We saw the commercial for them at some point during this broadcast, and we're glad that they hosted us all season long for some great broadcasts. We appreciate that, and check them out. And then Liberty Tap Room in the Vista in Columbia and on Lake Murray in Irmo. Great place to check them out for brunch on Sunday or dinner any day of the week. And they'll be waiting for you next Gamecock hockey season, that's for sure, but really any time of the year. Good to visit Liberty Tap Room, capital city of the Palmetto State. 5:14 to go here in Nashville. 6-3 Florida, over South Carolina. Face-off coming to the left side of Gray Marquis. And Kyle Ware will go to battle with it with Jeremiah Ordos, and is eventually won by Florida at center ice, but not for long. Gamecocks take it right back, and the Gators take it right back from them. Ordos bringing it in his defensive zone, now slides to the left side, checked by Martone. Gators still winning the puck. Gators still finding ways to control this puck. Ordos comes forward. Marquis slaps it away with his left leg pad. Now the Gamecocks coming out forward. Ian Schneider. Schneider drifting in the neutral zone, lays it down toward the far corner. Alec Martone going after it. Martone and Schneider pursuing. It's picked up for a second by Andrew Kelly, and now slid on the way around. Checked on now back to center ice, And Kyle Ware with 4.5 minutes to go in this one. Gamecocks down by 3. They are onside. Ian Schneider coming forward with Alec Martone and Jacob Tengi. Check that, Eric Patterson. Jacob Tengi is on the ice, however. And now they slide on around. Nard Slicko with a quick shot in. It bounces high off the net, and apparently not quite off the net, off the very top of the glass as play continues. Daniel Clifford wins it in the defensive zone and now brings it out. Clifford bringing it forward, 1-on-3. Makes one man miss, now shoots. Pretty weak shot off the left pad of Marquise once again. 4 minutes, and here come the Gamecocks with a high pass off the glass. Nobody there, and they'll use it to get some fresh legs for what should be a final surge here over the next couple of minutes. Now they bring it on down. Zach Robke going after it. He slides it along the boards. It goes over to Mike Borst. Borst going to start the rush for South Carolina with 3:38 to go. Sends it towards center. It's scooted through the Gamecocks. Fred Bourret will just hang on and force a face-off to his right side.
Yeah, Brett, I think it's just all a little too late, and Gamecocks now down 3 goals. Have to make a miracle happen with only 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third period. It's seen crazier things happen, but definitely going to need a miracle right here.
Nearly a goal a minute do the Gamecocks need right now if they want to win this one, or at least send it into overtime. And it slides on around, and back up top, Zane Katz at center ice. He sends it on down right to Gray Marquis, who slams it off to his left side. And now the Gamecocks winning into the neutral zone. Here comes Eric Patterson moving forward. Patterson spinning on around and heads up back to the point. Julian DePaulo, quick shot in, and it goes behind Bourret. Eric Patterson tries to go after it. Instead, the Gators will clear. It'll go all the way down.
And Brett's Gamecocks just can't get anything going. Florida's still playing pretty hard. They're kind of just delaying the puck around, just trying to waste all the clock. And Gamecocks need to do the best they can, try to get pucks on net and just get the goal and claw back in.
Gibson now down to Nick Pizzo in the corner. He plays it on to his teammate behind the net. Quick shot out in front. Good look for Hatton, but nothing doing there. The Gators will clear it away. 2:35 to go, and you got to imagine Marquise is heading to the bench pretty darn shortly. Icing is called, so it might be the time.
Yeah, most definitely right now. With being 3 goals down with 2:32 left in the game, you need every help you can get, all the players on the ice you can. So definitely probably a good time to pull Marquise right now.
Again, the winner of this game will play the winner of Arkansas LSU. The other side of the bracket, Georgia Auburn and Ole Miss Vandy. Games continue until Sunday. And looks like a timeout is going to get called here. I want to give a quick shout out as well to the Gamecocks head coach Alan Sirois, who was named to the 2016 ECHL Hall of Fame class. This is the 9th class of that Hall of Fame. And Coach Sirois enjoyed an 11-season career in the ECHL, had 687 career games with Baton Rouge, Jacksonville, PD, Greenville, and Texas. We saw the current version of Greenville earlier this season. The Greenville Swamp Rabbits went up there for the Clemson game. Sirois sits 5th all-time in league history in games played, while ranking 12th all-time with 249 goals, tied for 13th in assists and 9th in points. Was a 2-time ECHL All-Star and took home MVP honors at the 2002 All-Star game. All-time leading scorer in the PD Pride's history, 432 points in 486 games. And we salute Coach Sirois on a solid ECHL career and being enshrined as a result of that.
Yeah, anytime you get to go to a Hall of Fame, especially for a professional league like the ECHL, is just huge. And congratulations to Coach Sirois on his recognition and honors.
And if the Gamecocks aren't able to pull this one off today, they will still play a consolation game tomorrow, either 12 or 12:15 Central Time. That's 1 o'clock or 1:15 on the East Coast. And we will be here as soon as we figure out exactly which of those 15-minute intervals the bracket will put us into. We will be here for that. And otherwise, well, like I said, we'll still be with you for the Arkansas LSU game tonight. Gamecocks also might have some more play still this season. Kyle Ware, quick shot, it bounces over the crossbar. Now bouncing on behind. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Now sliding it on down, Kyle Ware, as Marquise is indeed out of the box. 6 on 5. South Carolina going to go with the empty net the rest of the way. Need 3 goals. Glove down by Kyle Ware at center. That was a good move. He makes a couple men miss, but can't control the puck much further. It will bounce away. Ware goes back after it. Now coming on forward, it bounces off a couple of skates. Ropke can't get there. And now the Gators will shoot toward an empty net, and they score. Florida now leads at 7-3, and that should do it. And that one's going to go to Daniel Clifford. So all three heads of that three-headed dragon will tally goals in this one. 4 from Katz, 2 from Geffen, and this last one from Daniel Clifford.
Yeah, Brett, just nothing the Gamecocks can really do. Just like you said, three-headed dragon out here, and the Gamecocks did everything they could, but in the end, Katz, Clifford, and Geffen were just too much for the Gamecocks.
Minute 54 here to go, and Florida looking ahead to the semifinals. Again, the Gamecocks in 2 weeks might have a bid in the ACHA tournament. They really needed those 2 wins against UNC Wilmington. They got them. This win, if they were to win today, would certainly have gotten the Gamecocks into that tournament. They still might be able to boost their resume if they can win the consolation game tomorrow. That tournament coming up in Orlando on the weekend of the 20th. Offhand, don't think we'll be there for that one, but it is possible, so stay tuned for that, folks. We'll let you know. Aaron Beaver sending it on down to Fred Bourret.
Yeah, Brett, and I forgot to point out also, I didn't call it Bourret, but he's been a huge reason why the Gators have definitely only allowed the Gamecocks to score 3 goals, even with as many opportunities as the Gamecocks got.
Fred Bourret solid there for the Gators, was out for a little bit of the season. Mark Finkelstein came in there, really helped the Gators out at that time, but Bourret still the #1 goalie. Marquis still in net there, so no empty net shot from Jugan. And Marquis puts it away as we have just under a minute to go here in this quarterfinal matchup. The Gamecocks might have one more rush. And a big collision in the neutral zone. Nothing called. And now the Gamecocks trying to fight for it. Behind the net, it's picked up by Garrett Quillen. He sends it forward, bounces hard off the boards. Gamecocks in right back in front. Aaron Beaver with a shot that got a little bit deflected, but ended up still going right toward Bourret. Gamecocks having a little bit of trouble finding the puck there. Now Kyle Ware sends it high off the crossbar, picked up by Clifford, sent behind. Fight for the puck in the far side corner, now sent up top to the blue line. Kyle Ware bringing it on down. It's won by Florida for a second, and then back towards center. 15 seconds to go in this one. And John Gibson will dump it down on the forecheck. And so the Florida will settle it down behind Fred Bourret, and they will let time run out, and time indeed has run out on the Gamecocks in their quest for an SEC title this season. Your final score from this quarterfinal matchup, the #4 Florida Gators 7, your 5th-seeded South Carolina Gamecocks 3. The Gamecocks will play in a consolation game tomorrow. We will let you know that time as soon as we are 100% sure on that. Florida will advance tomorrow evening to face the winner of Arkansas LSU in the semifinals.
Yeah, Brett, just great season for the Gamecocks, finishing it off, but just not enough for the Gamecocks today. As like we said, a 3-headed monster of Katz, Clifford, and Geffen just were too much for the Gamecocks, and Bourret is being a stonewall in front of the net for the Gators, and really nothing the Gamecocks to do about this. And just, great overall season by the Gamecocks this week.
It really was a solid season. South Carolina battled through a lot of adversity, had a bunch of games, I believe it was 6 all in total, canceled this year due to different weather situations, the big flood in South Carolina, the snows that hit the East Coast. They had a couple of games canceled for that as well. But overall, South Carolina's found ways to win in good situations, just not enough today against a very good Florida Gator team that came in with a ton of momentum today.
Yeah, anytime you just come in hot, I mean, we've seen several teams before do. If you come in hot, that's all that matters. And Gators have come in 5 in a row, just dominating teams, and they just let that confidence and momentum build up, and they won the game today.
That they did. Needed everything that they had. Zane Katz and Ryan Geffen and Daniel Clifford just too much as Florida dominated offensively and then defensively from Fred Bourret and some folks like that. And we're going to see for just a second if there's any kind of post-game activity for a moment. South Carolina largely looks like they're heading off the ice. And Florida going to take their time heading off. Fred Bourret getting a little bit of a salute from the crowd. We have a report from the other rink. Georgia is all over Auburn. If you thought this might have been bad, it is 10-0 Bulldogs over the Auburn Tigers. Not even close in that 3-6 matchup. Georgia, another very good team. And looks like we are going to get a post-game interview down on the ice with the undisputed player of this game, and that is Florida's forward, Zane Katz. He's with our Claudia Chikamian right now.
Okay, I'm here with Florida's number 91, Zane Katz. Now, Zane, you scored 4 goals tonight, had 1. How was the game for you guys tonight?
It was good. It was a total team effort, just helping out from the teammates, get me going. It was just a good team effort.
What were you focusing on tonight? See, they're a very physical team, and you have experienced that before. What was going through your guys' head?
We know we have a lot of team speed, so we just wanted to use that, play defensive style, 1-2-2, and just come out with a victory, come out with the intensity.
Now you have this one under your belt. What are you guys now looking forward to now for the rest of the tournament?
Winning 2 more.
Great. Thank you so much. Congrats on your win. Okay, I'm done here. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Claudia. Zane Katz in Florida. Take care of business in this one. 7-3 over South Carolina. We're going to wrap this one up for you with our postgame report. That's next on the Capital City Sports Network.
Do you feel it? Do you feel it in the air? Do you feel it? Do you feel it? I can feel it in the
Do you feel the buzz or is it just me? Trust me, something in the air just above me. Something like a dream state, you call it a clean break. Do you feel the buzz, baby? Do you feel the buzz?
This is Coffee on the Horseshoe.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Gamecocks at the Movies.
Hi, this is Gossip on Talk the Town.
Round 4, Hammered with Questions, Christmas edition.
Hey guys! Welcome to the first segment of Pretty Cocky.
And this is USC.
And in honor of Hot Ladies Lane, I wore a turtleneck.
This is my first sip of alcohol.
Who is your favorite person besides SpongeBob? Who's your favorite person in the world?
I think it would be ASAP Ferg.
Whoa.
And this country was founded on Mary Jane. Our founder, George Washington Carver.
Be a little gay. Life's better when you're a little gay.
No.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's cold tonight. It's finally getting cold.
I appreciate that.
It's barely Christmas. It's December 3rd. We're 22 days away from Christmas.
I feel violated.
And you know what Donald Trump won't let me do? Do you know what life he won't let me live?
The vape life.
What the? No! He got on those. Granddaddy, can I please go bowling shoes?
So I turned to my chair, around, I looked at my leg, farted. It was like loud. The entire class heard it. It was stand there, hold your ground, no, own that fart.
Do you recall not long ago when you would walk on the sidewalk? Innocent, remember, all we did was care for each other. But the night was warm, we were bold and young. All around, the wind blows, we would only hold on to let go. Yes, we need someone to lean on. Yes, oh, we need somebody to lean on. Yes, we need someone to lean on. Yes, oh, we need somebody to lean on.
Out your plan to make me blue. With some other guy that you knew before. When you do all those guys, you know I love you more. Took me by surprise, I must say. When I found out yesterday, ooh, I paid it to the grapevine. Not much longer would you be mine. I paid it to the grapevine, and I'm just about to lose my mind, honey, honey, yeah.
High Wire Ice is a state-of-the-art extreme trampoline park featuring a 20,000 square foot continuous jumping field and Olympic-sized foam pits with over 90,000 cubes of foam. Your heart will be pumping as you try to slay Mac the Dragon, one of the largest ninja obstacle courses in the U.S. The Dragon features a Cirque du Soleil trapeze bar, multiple silks, a rock wall, vertical climbs, slack lines, swinging bridges, and leaps of faith monkey bars. It's an incredible agility course.
The park also has a dodgeball arena, dunkable basketball hoops above trampolines, and a designated kiddie jump area with foam pits. Plus, there's a designated birthday party area, as well as a mezzanine for parents to watch their children jump down below. And don't forget, Club High Wire Ice will be the destination of choice for anyone 15 years and older on Friday and Saturday nights from 8 to 11 p.m., featuring state-of-the-art boom sound, black lighting, and lasers that will beat to the music. All located at Plex Indoor Sports in Irmo, the home of Gamecock hockey. High Wire. Fly high.
Welcome back to the Ford Ice Center in Antioch, Tennessee, everybody. I'm Brett Williams alongside Robert McCachren. Here in the post-game show, your South Carolina Gamecocks have just fallen to the Florida Gators in the quarterfinals of the SEC-HC tournament by a final score of 7-3. It really started solid for South Carolina, a goal from Brian Soar just about 3 minutes in, really controlled the possession, controlled the game really for the first 5-6 minutes. Then all of a sudden it was 2 quick power play goals, 4 goals in a stretch of 5 minutes for the Gators, and that ended up being the beginning of the end.
Yeah, the Gamecocks are doing really well, and then Gats happened. Just came out there, just 3 goals, just real quick, and nothing the Gamecocks do about it. He's just out skating just fast. The Gamecocks are just outbeat on every part of the game right now, and just power play goals for Florida Gators. Everything going the Gators' way, and Gamecocks, they did pretty well with just that 3-headed monster of Katz, Karen, and Clifford, and there's nothing the Gamecocks do about it.
Yeah, Katz had a first period hat trick alone, added a 4th one later. Clifford had 1, Geffen had 2, just nonstop from those 3 guys. And really it was the defense to offense that worked for Florida. Those guys were finding the puck on the defensive side, putting pressure on the Gamecocks point players, then rushing it out the other way, and they were finding ways to beat Gray Marquise.
Yeah, it's just, you think goal scorers, you think, oh, there's a Sidney Crosby. You just don't want to get down and dirty with they're out there. I mean, Clifford laid his body on the line several times going, and then they got the puck and hustled right down the ice, and there's nothing Marquise could do. And the whole team for Florida just great defense, and just led to the win for the Gators.
Gamecocks did have a goal late coming from Billy Kurger. Their third goal, the middle goal, I should say, but the third of the 3 was from Jacob Tengy. But in the meantime, like I said, Florida puts up those 7, and they will advance to the semifinals. Tomorrow evening, we'll face the winner of Arkansas and LSU. Your Gamecocks will be playing tomorrow in a consolation game. That will be either at 1 o'clock or 1:15 Eastern Time, and we will be with you for that. We will tell you on Twitter at CCS on SGTV as soon as we know for sure which of those 2 games will be, but we'll be on the air about 15 minutes before puck drop one way or the other, so you can get your general time frame and be ready to go for one more South Carolina hockey matchup for us for the season. And we will also have another special presentation of some hockey tonight for you with Arkansas and LSU. That's coming up at 9 o'clock on the East Coast, so we'll be back with you after a short break here. Check it out for another event on our YouTube page, but in the meantime, we close things down for this quarterfinal. Again, Florida beats South Carolina with a final score of 7-3. For everybody on our crew, a fantastic job all around as always. John Dowdy, Seth Lanford, Danny Kelly on the sideline, Claudia Chikamian. And for Robert McCachren, I'm Brett Williams. Carolina, forever to thee.